Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream today. It's a bit bittersweet. We do have a new speed box, which is cool. I mean, new box is always kind of fun, but we're Rush, right? We weren't expecting like a Rush box to drop today, but we were kind of hoping for like links for something, right? But we didn't get anything for Rush. We got one card, we got Freed, which like Freed is fine. Not very exciting, not very meta-defining, realistically. I think Freed will probably see some fringe play. It is going to see some incorporation into some decks, but there aren't, like, that many decks that can incorporate it, because in Rush, we have skills that lock us out of stuff, right? So my first thought was, oh, you know, maybe you could play it like Light Galaxy, right? But all of the Light Galaxy skills, or at least the competent ones, they require you to only have Galaxy in your deck. So that's just an example of, like, you can't just put it in anything. So right now, the only deck that I think realistically is going to be able to find room is going to be, like, Heroes? Because that actually plays, like, Argent, I believe, is Light, Sparkman is Light, and the skill allows Warriors. But then I don't even know if the skill allows that card. I'd have to, like, look at the skill. Because it has, like, weird restrictions on it. Like, even the new Neo skill has a restriction on it, which says you can't play monsters that have more than... I think it was like 1300 or higher attack monsters have to be light. So maybe you can play in that. Maybe you can play in that. But beyond the Duel Links stuff, we are also going to be taking a look at the new Chronicles episode, because I have been watching them all on stream. And, you know, we have a new one. We'll check that out. Obviously, it's only a couple minutes long, so it's not going to be like a massive thing, but we will be checking that out at some point. And then beyond that, I mean, what else do we actually have to do today? I would like to take a look at the Game Awards stuff, because I haven't done my voting for that yet. I thought we could do that on stream. That, again, shouldn't take too long. And then we also have the brand new OCG Rush cards that do look pretty cool. Some of them we only have the artwork for. Like, we do now have the Great Moth coming to Rush Duels, which is going to be interesting. Because I think those, like, classic cards, especially like the Great Moth stuff, I've always been, like, really... like attached to, like it's got a lot of nostalgia attached to it, and that does make it very interesting. I've also been a big fan of insects, like pretty much forever, so we'll be checking that out. But first things first, let's see what we have in the chat. We have Dragson in the chat. Hello Dragson, what are we eating today? I mean, we're going to be playing some of the Yami ruler deck. That is what we're going to actually be playing when we eventually get round to it, because it is a new deck, right? It has been doing okay. It has seen, I want to say it had 2 top 4 finishes. No, I think it had 3 top 4 finishes now, like total. Like 3 top 4 finishes is like, it's respectable. It's respectable, right? That at the very least seems like it's like a rogue / like maybe a tier 3 deck, so we will be taking a look at that. We have Luis Fernando, Konami just hate Rush 4 speedbox in a row. Yeah, I did post this on the Discord, but it's getting a bit weird, right? Because I saw the new speed leaks, right? So just for some context, I'm a casual speed player. I still like playing speed. I enjoy playing it. I'll play in the occasional tournament. I enjoy climbing ladder. I like keeping up to date with it. I like watching speed streams. I'm not like a hardcore speed player. So I have like competitive-ish speed decks, right? So looking at the new stuff, I was like, B-Trooper looks pretty cool. I want to play B-Trooper. I think that'd be quite a fun one. I do quite like insect decks. And then it dropped so early that I'm like, I just don't have the gems. I do not have the gems to go into this box. Even though it's only a mini, so it's like not that expensive. Because I spent so many gems going into other boxes to complete like Rebecca Dragons, to complete like some of these other decks, like to get some of the Dino stuff. It's meant that I just don't have the gems to go in and get B-Troopers at the moment, which is like mildly annoying. So I'm like, my speed account can't keep up, right? There are too many products coming out for speed. And my Rush account, the gems are expiring. Which is also very annoying, because I don't want my gems to expire. So I'm going to have to spend those on something. And then, you know, just keep going till the box comes out. So it's like, it's 2 opposite problems, 2 opposite extremes between speed and Rush right now. It's very, very annoying. We have Draco Kid. Hello, Draco Kid. We demand Rush Duels. Yeah, I don't think... I see a lot of people like doomsaying. I think a lot of it is just like pent-up frustration. It's like... oh, you know, people hate Rush, or Konami don't care about Rush. I think realistically, it's not the end of the world. We basically knew we weren't getting a Rush box today. The question is just going to be, are we getting a Rush box, you know, on the 1st? Are we getting it on the 29th? Are we getting it on the 28th? Because there's like lots of different dates that people have been throwing around, and then they have like some sort of opinion on why it has to be that date. Like 28th, usually 28th is the date when stuff gets announced, right? We had the 1st because that's the end of the thingy event, I think, the PvP event, or that might actually be the 4th. We had the 29th because that's the date that the OCG box that has the Gradius stuff releases. So it was like they could do a simultaneous release. There are all these different dates going around. And the only thing I think everyone can agree on is that it's very strange. It's very weird that we would get a release like this at a very strange time. It's very out of the ordinary. But that's been Konami for quite a while, right? Konami keep doing things in strange orders. They keep doing things in like really weird ways. Also, the music is really, like, chugging. Like, it doesn't want to, like, get into the next song very quickly. But we'll have to deal with that. We'll have to deal with that. We have Badged in the chat. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. We have Promanicist. Wow, we can try all the new Rush Duel cards later in the tournament. I know, it's going to be insane. I mean, we don't even have Freed yet, right? He comes out on the 1st. So it's like... I don't know. It's one of those issues, right? Where we have... effectively a 2-deck format. And 2-deck formats are never great. Realistically, even if both of the decks are fine, and already we have a lot of people don't like Joint Deck, we have a lot of people don't like Music Princess. Even if people liked those decks, it doesn't excuse the fact that a 2-deck format kind of sucks, right? Now, again, a 2-deck format isn't the end of the world, so long as it doesn't outstay its welcome. The issue is we are fast approaching, if not have already reached the point, where everyone is just fed up with it, and they're like, can we just get out of this format? So if the next product does come out, and it doesn't shake up the meta, so like, let's say Gradius comes out, it's a bit of a flop. Let's say Neos comes out, it doesn't really do a lot. People are going to start to turn real sour, which is really not ideal. So we'll have to see what actually happens there. But, it's really disheartening to see how many people just absolutely despise this meta. Because at the start of this meta, I thought this meta was actually not that bad. Again, 2-deck format sucks. We don't want 2-deck formats. But of all the decks to be in the 2-deck format, I thought Music Princess and Joint Deck were actually kind of fun. Like, both of those decks are quite fun to play. Like, it's boring to play against just those decks, and it feels really bad if you want to play something that isn't those decks because you just get clapped by those decks. But outside of that, I thought the 2 decks were actually pretty cool. It's not like back when we had the Psychic Dragon meta, where no one liked playing against dragons, right? Just playing against the dragon deck just felt like ass, just the entire time. So it was like... But, you know, it's still not that great. Still not that great. How's my favorite tomato today? Tomato is doing pretty good. It's a weird, like, temperature right now. Because we had a cold snap, right? So it was basically freezing, right? And so it was like, right, heating on, wrap up warm, etc., etc. But now the cold snap's sort of gone. But now it's not quite warm, and it's not quite cold. So it's like, do we dress for cold weather? Do we dress for warm weather? And throughout the day, the temperature sort of fluctuates. So it's very much like, first thing in the morning, oh god, it's cold. And then you get to like midday, and you're like, oh, it's warm now. And then by the evening, it's either cold or it's gotten even warmer. And so it's a little bit all over the place. Outside of that, I'm doing great, right? Like mentally, we're in a great place. Physically, fantastic. So I hope you're doing okay as well, Victor. We have an Ninjetti Ursus in the chat. I spent all my inbox gems to get Underworld Goddess. So I wish I could do that myself. But I can't, because I already have Underworld Goddess. So for me, going in the box, there isn't really much to get out of it, outside of just starting to amass like B-Trooper stuff. So like, it's very awkward for me. It's very, very awkward for me. Hello, what been happening in Duel Links? I mean, we got 4 speed boxes. I think it was 2 minis, 2 mains, or it might even be 3 mains, 1 mini. And I think even, like, the die-hard speed players are like, this is too much content, guys. We can't keep up. Like, I don't want to spend money on this, but I want to get all the cards. Could you slow down a little bit? And on the Rush side, we've gotten 2 deck builds in a row. So we're like, please, Konami, give us anything. We will take anything, Konami. Give us a structure deck. Give us a tiny mini box. We will take anything. And Konami's like, oh, how about more speed stuff? How about more speed stuff? Bro hasn't taken a breath since his faith popped up on screen. I mean, breathing is for the weak, okay? He's been holding it all this in. Tomato, I want cards. Where are the cards? Cards. I mean, I can't fault you. I can't fault you for wanting more cards. Absolutely cannot fault you for that. We have United for Eternity. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Tomato. How are you doing? Necromade looking like a busted deck. Will definitely rival the best decks next format. So, Mono said something similar. I am of the opinion that it's going to be a strong deck. I don't know if it's going to, like, dethrone the top decks, if that makes sense. I think the deck still has a lot of, like, weaknesses. I don't know if there's, like, a new build going around that's using some sort of engine outside of the archetype, but, like, the deck as is seems like a very competent control strategy, which is cool. It doesn't seem to have, like, massive, like, OTK potential. It doesn't really seem to have real good, strong outs to a lot of stuff. So I feel like it feels like it's going to be, like, a tier 2, maybe a tier 1 deck. I really don't think it's going to be, like, the strongest deck in the format, but who knows? Maybe when we play it a little bit more, maybe I will think otherwise. We have Rarity Fangirl in the chat. We need Rush, but hi, Tomato. We'll do an exclamation mark. Rarity in the chat. Always got to shout out the fellow content creators by Sky Strikers. So, Baj, I do have the Sky Striker deck on my speed account, right? As in, like, the free one, or, like, you get 2 copies of it or whatever. The issue is the speed account is the one that hasn't got any gems, right? And I don't really want to get the gems from everywhere else. It's a bit awkward. Thank you, Jinzo, for the follow. Do appreciate it, my friend. Welcome, welcome on in. All right, let's try and catch up with this chat, because this chat's moving way too fast and we're going way too slow. The PvP event ends on the 1st. There we go. They're going to close Rush Duel Links. I mean, I don't expect Rush to shut down without speed shutting down as well. So I think if one dies, the other one dies, realistically. Hello, Whistling Bird. I barely played Duel Links this month, and it feels weird, but I've only really played Rush, so I have zero motivation to play right now. I mean, that is absolutely fair, right? Theoretically, we'll have a new product soon. We'll have a new character soon. Jinzo with the subscription. Thank you, Jinzo. I do really, really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Let's see if
Jinzoker just subscribed.
Jinzoker. I love how the TTS just cannot handle, like, specific names, but... yeah, thank you, Jinzo. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, again, we should have new product soon, right? We should have new character soon. So there should be reasons to play. There's the GRF. The issue that I have with the GRF is the first stage is like, it's kind of whatever. Everyone's going to cap. There's no, like, competition behind it. And then the second stage, there's no reason to top 10 or, like, top 100 outside of, like, maybe you want the Chronicles from it, like the Chronicle chips. Like, maybe you give a shit about flashing off a silver or a gold icon, which is, like, fine. If you want bragging rights, go for it, right? I'm not going to try and tell you that's wrong. If you want that, 100% go for it. But my point is, the KC Cup gets you an invite to Worlds. The GRF, just by the fact it doesn't do that, feels like it's the less important version of a KC Cup. And I think that kind of sucks. I think it would be really cool to actually get world invites from it, but, you know, I'm not Konami, I don't make the rules. Yeah, GRF with these 2 decks will be too much. Again, we should get the new stuff before GRF, right? The thing is, we have a GRF skill leaked for Mania. So it's a skill that adds the new D and Keto to your hand, right? So if that is the case, then the box needs to come out because the ace monsters typically from all of the characters are from boxes. They're not like level up rewards. So Mania should be out during the first week of GRF, like during the first stage, or before it. And by extension, the box should be out during the first week or before it, right? So we should have new stuff. But again, this is all like data mines. This is all leaks. Nothing is like ever concrete, right? It's a 2-deck format. Looks like Jointech is very better, but people are tired to play with Jointech and play Music Princess to counter. The thing is, it depends on the standing, right? Because, so in Japan, during their tournaments, because right now the only Japanese tournaments going on is the Now Cup, right? People aren't bringing Jointech, right? They get like 1 Jointech player a week. Now, to be fair, these tournaments do kind of range between like having like 12 to like 17 players, so they're not huge events. But in those events, because Music Princess always do really well, it sort of inflates the numbers a little bit, right? So whenever they do get 16 plus players, we do record the data onto the spreadsheet. That then goes into the table. The table goes into the pie chart. We get the data, right? whenever they do get a 16 plus player tournament, it's always dominated by Music Princess, and that does sort of inflate Music Princess a little bit. And again, that's just because people just aren't playing Jointech. Typically, in our Western events, Jointech is doing really, really well. Music Princess is still doing well, just not as good as Jointech, right? So, yeah, I think the two decks are sort of on par, but I would give the edge to Jointech personally. How are you, Mr. Tomato? I'm doing great, Whistling Bird. How are you doing, my friend? It's the same here. What is the new Yami Ruler deck looking like? I mean, we can check it on screen in a minute. Mate, don't even get me started. I don't understand British weather, and I never will. Yeah. I finally got greedy so I can play Predators since the world released 2 mins and 2 main. We'll get rid of that quick. It's okay. I put my experience in tournaments. If you shady the right thing, they aren't much of a pain. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Yummy ruler. Where are we going with this? 15 stream streak from Rarity. Jeez, 15. We're getting there. We're getting there. I meant use the expiring gems on them. Yeah, but do I want to get like brand new, like an account that has no Sky Striker stuff at all? Do I want to start spending expiring gems to try and get one of the most gem-heavy costed decks? It just doesn't seem like a good investment. I wait the day Rush is revived. Well, shoot, hopefully that'll be soon. Jointech best deck. Jointech is best deck. Let's be honest. GRF top 100 plus is just for the personal achievements. Yeah, which is a shame. I think there should be more than personal achievements attached to it, but maybe that's just me. Yeah, GRF is weird like that. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get Neos till after GRF. I mean, potentially, especially if it's in a separate product, right? If it was in like a structure deck, potentially they could do that. 3-day unlock event with a new card is unheard of though. Yeah, but they just dropped the new Taya alt art, right? The alt style. Now, to be fair, an alt style is not one-to-one a character, right? But they have treated alt styles up to this point like characters, right? We had a world release with a bunch of alt arts or alt styles, which is effectively world release is normally a bunch of new characters, right? So they're treated the same. When we had the Soulburner and Blaze event, that was treated like a character event. But the Taya alt style, that just dropped, right? So they could do whatever they want. Again, it's very, very strange, however they decide to do it. But it's still weird, right? It's still going to be weird regardless. Make Manya's ace free to play? Every single ace, I think, of every character has been a box UR, as far as I know. So I think it's unlikely. But, you know, you never know. Never know. Unless it overlaps with GRF, which is also unheard of. Yeah, exactly. No matter what, we're going into unprecedented territory, right? Because Neos is a new way to play, so people would need more time, even though most people know contact features. I mean, I don't think you need, like, a ton of time to work out that you put 2 guys on the board and then they go back into your deck and then you summon a guy. Like, it's not crazy, right? Hello, Barox. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, Mr. Dinosaur FTK. What happened to Dinosaur Wing? Come on, guys. We have a reputation here. We can't just drop the Dinosaur Wing. I finished to build Predator in my Rush account. Okay, I mean, Predator is like a cool deck. The new stuff we've got for it as well is actually the Predator Plant cards that I have played with, the new the Pendulum cards. So I am quite excited for that. At the same time, it's very different in Duel Links, right? Because you have different skills and everything. So it doesn't play like one-to-one. Bro finished. Why don't you use the expiring gems in the selection box to make some of your Rush cards shinier? What does that mean? Oh, you mean the Rush selection? I've already got everything from the Rush selection. That's the issue. I have to use my gems. I mean, yeah. We got to use them. Got to use them or they're going to go. So my gems start expiring on the 27th. So tomorrow, I have to start spending gems. And this is now going to be a daily ritual. Where I spend my expiring gems, claim, you know, well, spend down to the amount of gems that are going to expire, claim them into the actual pool of gems we have, and then wait a day. And we'll just keep doing this every day until hopefully the box gets announced or dropped or something. If we had an announcement, we could at least plan around it. Because we are just completely blind, it's so difficult to come up with anything to actually do, or anything, like, efficient, right? Just until dinos quit the FTK/floodgates, then we go back to Dinosaur Wing. What? What do we mean by that? Like, dinosaurs aren't floodgating or FTKing at the moment, right? I'm trying to think now, because the current best build of dinos is the one that... It's just the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon skill, right? Where you just misc make your board, make some negates, flip down, you have like a Lagia and a Dolka. Like, that's not an FTK or a Floodgate. Pop the baby. Does this mean no watch-along? I mean, no watch-along here. I'll take that much, Baz. I mean, we're going to do a watch-along of the latest Yu-Gi-Oh! The Chronicles. So, no Kaiba, Yugi, and Yubel have their aces as drops. Mizar level up reward. Alright, Yubel is the weird one there, right? Mizar is also a weird one, to be fair. So Yugi and Kaiba, I wouldn't count them because they came out when the game came out, right? So that was before we had like standard set. As for Rush, every character in Rush has their ace monster as a box you are, right? So oh, they are the Makiura build is it's Tokyo. Is it a dinosaur? I didn't realize there was a Makiura dinosaur deck. We want Vrain's watch along. Maybe. I haven't even watched past episode 2. Well, we're going to be watching episode whatever we're on. Mizar is also not that old. I mean, yeah, but Mizar was a weird one because first off, he was like a strange character when he came out. And I don't know if we specifically wanted to have just one copy of his ace. So that's why it was a level up reward. Like, it's going to be a strange one, right? And also, having an extra deck monster as your ace also can somewhat complicate things in a weird way. I basically have all the rush decks, so is not so bad. Some speed decks, yeah, pretty much. Don't tell Baz to shut up. Only I get to tell Baz to shut up. Watching you, Draco. Watching you. Yeah, I wouldn't count Yugi and Kaiba, but yeah, I took the ones, didn't have their aces in boxes. Alright, let's hop over. First things first, we will go ahead and take a look at the deck so that Whistling Bird can see this deck, because he wanted to have a look at it. This is the kind of Yami Ruler deck. So basically, the strategy is that you use the Music Princess skill, which allows you, can be activated from turn 2 onwards before your normal draw, twice per duel if going first, thrice if going second. Place Music Princess Battle Ballet or Straight Pierce from your deck or graveyard on top of your deck. Only once per duel if Music Princess's Battle Ballet. In this draw phase, if you draw 2 of 5 cards to your normal draw, instead draw 2 of 6 cards. So effectively, you just add Straight Pierce to your hand. That's what you do, right? So twice or 3 times per duel, you just get to add Straight Pierce from your deck or graveyard, and then you just use it on your Yami Ruler and your Yami Luna, and pierce over your opponent. So Yami Luna can be used to boost Yami Ruler's attack up permanently by 500, which is pretty good, and give it piercing. So the ideal strategy is you'll go like a Yami Ruler like turn 1, floodgate your opponent. Most decks can't play through that floodgate. You have like Matarian obviously can, like Heroes can, but like Join Tech needs tribute summons to do anything. Music Princess can play around this, but can't do it very, very well, right? So for the most part, if they can't tribute, they can't play the game very, very well. Then turn 2, you drop like a Yami Luna, activate the effect, change Yami Ruler to attack. Now you have a 3000 attack piercer, use the skill, grab Straight Pierce, activate Straight Pierce on your Yami Luna. This goes up to 4500. Obviously we have to set up the graveyard, but we have ways to do that with like Elemental Circulation, for example. And then you'd have like a 4500 piercer and a 3000 piercer. And that's already pretty good. If you can keep like floodgate looping, then that's obviously fantastic. A way you can do that is with Seyanin, who does it, you get a card back from the graveyard, so you can get back your Yami Ruler. That's the basic strategy of the deck. AKA someone who crested a tier 0 deck that can FTK. I mean, there we go. It's fine, guys. Rush had a box like 7 months ago. It's fine. I mean, again, we're getting a bit hyperbolic here. It's not really that long ago. Like, we could even go and take a look at the product release dates, right? We had a mini box. That was what, August? A mini box in August. So, you know, it's not great. Let's be honest. I don't want to like undersell this, but I don't want people blowing it out of proportion and being like, it's been 7 months, right? It's been like 3 months. It's been 3 months. It's just still atrocious, but like, let's not spread misinformation, right? We should probably actually blow this up a little bit since we can. There you go. That probably looks a little bit better. Let's try and catch up with the chitty chatty. Hi, Tomato. It's been a while. How are you doing? Hello, Griffin. Welcome on in. I am doing very, very well. We are basically coming together in our shared frustration and grief for not having Rush have new product, right? Where everyone's kind of mourning Rush right now because Rush is currently dead. But It will be revived. It will be revived soon. But hello, my friend. I mean, if I should do that, I can add Yusei and the other main characters too. But this is after the release. Is 9 wind enough? I mean, it generally works out. Now, this deck, again, pretty much this exact build has already had 3 top 4 finishes. So, like, the deck is proven that it works. I'm so curious about Shock Dragon Gaia. I did play that a little bit. The issue is that deck feels very high roll. Very, very high roll. Like, most of the time it feels like it's not going to be winning, but, like, it can win if you just get lucky. I mean, it's 3 months already. 3 months is horrible. I mean, 3 months is horrible, but it's not 7 months, right? So this is my point. If we're going to be aggro, if we're going to be disappointed in Konami, at least be disappointed in them for the correct things, right? At least, like, just don't lie, right? That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. Hello, Shui. We'll do an exclamation mark Shui in the chat. Shui. A lot of people actually don't want more speed content. Yeah, I mean, I saw this. I was in Icy's chat earlier, and they were literally saying, we have too much speed. I can't, like, without throwing money at it, I can't keep up with all the speed stuff. Because I think a lot of people right now are like, well, is the new mini box, is it actually meta? Because if it's not meta, then I don't have to buy into it, right? So I think there's this weird mental gymnastic game going on of, I just hope the box is bad. And that because you hope the box is bad, maybe you start saying the box is bad, and then you're trying to, like, gaslight everyone to thinking the box is bad because you don't want to go into the box, right? It's a really weird, like, issue. Because again, my speed account, I want to go into the latest box. I want to get B-Troopers. I can't afford it. I literally have, like, 2,000 gems. That's not enough to get everything I need. I'd need, like, at least, what? Like, 1,200? 12,000? So, like, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Shock Dragon plus a way to summon normal Gaia, usually with either Secret Order or Monster Calling. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good deck. Like, if it works, it's pretty good. We're supposed to get something from the 1st to the 4th, right? Oh, we're supposed to. So we don't know, right? Fundamentally, there is nothing concrete about any of it, right? There is reason to suspect that we could get the new Rush stuff on any date. Right? We could have got it today, theoretically. It would have been weird, but we could have, right? I mean, Speed got a box today, which was weird. It could have been a Rush box, right? We could get it on the 28th, we could get it on the 29th, we could get it on the 1st, we could get it on the 4th. All we know is we should get it before GRF. That is all we really know. But hello, Desmume. Welcome. I gotta go. Have a good one tonight. Thanks for dropping by, Victor. Stop. I went versus that deck one time and almost lost as Matarian. I mean, the deck is very explosive if it works. 2 months of Rush incoming. I mean, I am not convinced we are going to suddenly have a big Rush boom. I am just kind of expecting we'll get back to normal with Rush. That's what I would expect, but we'll see. Only thing you get from Link that's worthwhile is Goddess, unless you're a fan of bad decks in there. Yeah. I mean, Mekanko, I think a lot of people are going to like that deck. I think B-Trooper looks fun. I don't know if B-Trooper looks good, but it looks fun, right? F, late again, probably missed all the interesting yapping already. Hello, Corey. I mean, we haven't really... You know what we're like. We go off on tangents, right? So we've barely started at the moment. What if the box is after GRF? I mean, the box could be after GRF. It absolutely could be. We do, like I say, we have a skill, which is a Mania skill, because I hate the name, what is it? Imimi? Like, Imi is just, I don't like that at all. But we have the skill, which is a GRF skill for that character, which infers, or we can infer from it, that means we'll be getting Mania before the GRF. It doesn't have to mean that though, right? There's been loads of stuff data mined that has gone nowhere. There's loads of stuff like skills data mined that have not been released. So all we can do is make predictions. That's all we can do right now. I thought it was Rush month. I mean, didn't we already have a speed release this month? So like, wasn't this already a speed month regardless? But hello, Gelato Gaga. B-Troopers peak. I mean, I really like B-Troopers, but a double box drop of apples and Rush for New Year's. Of apples? Speed. Oh, there we go. Speed. I was like, oh, I don't know what we're going on about there. I mean, it could be cool, like, to do a New Year's box. But again, we want something before then. Mikanko is interesting, but I don't know if they're that good. Never played them. I think that's basically what most people are saying. Most people just haven't played Mikanko, so they just don't know how good the deck is. And everyone's just assuming it's bad, but it probably is bad, right? You already looked at the OCG stuff and made rush predictions? No, we have not done any of that yet. Mikanko are fine. I suspect we could get some wicked mutts, but we're getting the botchy NPC. I really dislike the mutts name. So, right, so the original name was Heartless Hounds, right? Actually, I think it even had something else before Heartless Hounds. I think it was originally something else. But Heartless Hounds, for me, sounds great. Then they've changed it to Mean Mutts, I think it was called, which makes sense to shorten it. And they wanted to keep the alliteration, but Mean Mutts just does not sound the same as Heartless Hounds. Heartless Hounds just sounds better. So, now manifesting Rush next week. I mean, fingers crossed, right? Heartless Hounds into Mean Mutts, Lamau. I'm a Mikanko player. I played a lot of Master Duel. It's just very bad in Duel Links, especially with no Huli. But what you would expect is, if you're missing stuff, you get the skill to cover up the weaknesses, right? So what it really comes down to is the skill good enough? Or is the skill not good enough? Because fundamentally, Konami get to decide that, right? If they think you need more stuff, give the skill a buff, right? I mean, look at the Rebecca skill. They just gave that, got Graceful Charity, Back Row Hate, 2 level 4s or 2 level 6s, which basically let you just go into a rank 6 or a rank 4 immediately. They just gave us that, willy-nilly. So they could do that with any skill they want. And they have done that with some of the skills, right? Right, we are in an ad break, so we are going to take a moment. We'll rehydrate. Nine seconds until the ads are gone. Hey, ads are gone. All right. Mean Mutslamau. Hello, PTRG. Welcome. I'm so angry I wanted the new Rush stuff now. I mean, there's no reason to get angry, right? You can be disappointed. You could be frustrated. But, like, getting angry, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it, right? Realistically, we weren't expecting the new stuff to drop today. We just weren't expecting it. So, I think what's happened is, because Speed got a new box, everyone is now, like, irrationally upset because, you know, the children from the other side of the fence got what they wanted, which they didn't actually want, by the sounds of it. And now we're getting jealous, right? When that's not the way to look at it. We weren't expecting to get a new product right now anyway. So not having one just means we have fallen into the realms of expectation. So we should be fine, right? We should be fine. If we don't get it before the GRF, that's when we start dooming. That's when we start a support group. And we all come together. And we have to just accept that the game is not doing great, okay? I really hope we get the new box before the GRF, because if we don't, that is actually going to suck. Like, actually going to suck. Hello, Dwan. Welcome on in, my friend. Also, hi. Is that Gunkin Suship Shari? Mean Mutts sounds like a localized JoJo stand. I mean, it kind of does, really, doesn't it? Mean Mutts. Likewise, with Mean Mutts, we're supposed to get a semi-revival-esque type of deck. And if we need a skill to cover its weaknesses. Oh, right. So what you're saying is Mean Mutts is a semi-revival style deck. The thing is, I don't even know if we're going to get Mean Mutts in a box. Like, we haven't got a skill leaked for it, which is already like a bit of a red flag, because that means it's probably not going to be out in the next box. Mean Mutts kind of feels like a deck that they would just slap into the card trader, like they did with the Beast Gear stuff, which would be so disappointing, because anything that becomes like card trader, like, I don't know, like finds the card trader at its home, doesn't get a skill. And that just sucks, right? Like, all the insect stuff went in there, and we were just like, well, I guess we're just not having this as being a real deck. All the Beast Gear stuff went in there. Yeah, I guess this also just isn't a real deck. It's just so disappointing. When I see no Rush stuff, there's always onions near me. I mean, that's just how it goes. Sometimes it'll just be raining, and you'll just, you know, you just get caught in the rain when Rush stuff isn't announced. The other children are getting loads of sweets, but they're also getting diabetes. Exactly. And they've realized it as well. They've understood. I don't want diabetes. Stop. Could you slow down just a little bit? The other kids get more than what they want. Us poor kids are starving. It's literally opposites. Like, I've said this twice already. My speed account needs more gems. I can't afford everything I want in speed. My rush accounts, which I have 2, can't, like, they have expiring gems. I'm like, it's so backwards. It is so backwards that one side literally has so much they can't, like, please stop, right? Please stop giving me speed stuff, right? I need time to recuperate my gems, which is a fantastic business model, because if you make the stuff in the new box good, people feel pressured into going into it. And if they already don't have gems, because they've already blasted with the gems in the previous boxes, then they are more likely to spend money. And at the end of the day, that's what Konami wants, right? They want you to spend money. But, like, Rush is just sat here like, please, please, Mr. Konami, I will take scraps. Please give me something. The other children get loads of stuff, but only play with glue. I mean, kind of, right? I would say speed is a lot more diverse, in that there are a lot more glue decks in speed, but that's because the difference in different types of decks in speed is so vast. There are so many decks. There are so many decks that are theoretically playable. Some of them are like very fringe strategies or very rogue, but they can be played. They can take games off of these stronger decks. And because of that, you do get a wider like skill range. I would say because the floor for Rush duels is actually quite high, in that if you're awful at Rush or if you're really good at Rush, like, there's not going to be much difference at the lowest level, right? Whereas if you're bad at speed, you are so bad. Like, you are so far down the line, you are going to basically have no chance whatsoever, right? It's a weird... I would say there is more variance in player skill in speed. If you're really, really good at speed, it really stands out. If you're really, really bad in speed, it really, really stands out. In Rush, it's not so much, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. Now, 3 months getting only 20 cards. Yeah, I'm not jealous. I just hate being here. I mean, that is absolutely fair, Mono. We're doing exclamation mark Mono in the chat. It's just one of those weird ones where, for me, it comes across as just not necessarily like tone deaf from Konami, but like, you could have just not done this mini box now. You could have done this mini box like halfway into next month and dropped the Rush box now. And I feel like everyone would have been happier. The speed players would have been happier. The Rush players would have been happier. It's very weird that we're finding ourselves in this sort of situation where it feels like the solution is so obvious that it's like, why didn't you come to this conclusion, Konami? Like, you should have. You pay people to come up with these solutions, but you just haven't. It's very, very strange. And we jumped to EDO Pro with curated box releases. I mean, yeah, basically, right? We protest at Konami HQ at dawn. Or they give it NPC trade, NPC treatment. B-Skill World, where are you? We're never getting B-Skill World. You need to accept that ship has sailed. Well, there were some cards in the trader that got a skill. I'm looking at Gaia. So, alright, that's not exactly the same thing, right? Because those were just vanillas for a start. So, like, it's not like a whole deck. Whereas, like, the insect stuff, like, everything for the insect deck was in those card trader, right? Like, the entire deck pretty much is in there. I hate heroes. I have nothing to wait for even in the next Rush release. Well, what about Gradius? Also, hello, Ballasparkle. But Gradius could be fun. There's also the new Aqua stuff. Now, again, I don't think the new Aqua stuff is going to be particularly competitive. But the only reason it's not going to be competitive is because of the skill, right? In a weird way. The skill is, like, almost what it needs to be, right? If the skill allowed you to play light, then the deck would be in a much better spot. If the skill also gave you a way to just deal with set 3 or boost your attack up by a ridiculous like degree, either of those things would be fine. But because it does neither, it's like, what are we doing, Konami? Right? But the issue is, I think if that deck could beat set 3, there's an argument that maybe it'd be too good, because the skill already +1s, and it gets you a discount on your boss monsters, right? So those two things are really good, right? We've already seen Join Tech does that, and it's really good. Music Princess does that, and it's really good. The difference is, those decks can also pop all your back row. They can also deal with your set monsters. They can also get a load of attack and wipe you out. And it's like, Aquas aren't going to do any of that, right? It's going to be like, oh, we're like those other really good decks, except we have like none of the really good stuff. And it's like, what are we doing, Konami? Surely we understand that this is going to be a bit DOA, right? Like, surely. All right, let's try and catch up with this chat again. We're ranting a little bit too much today. As a free-to-play player, I'm most likely skipping this box, as I usually go into all the speed boxes. I'm not going into a mini that's just very bad and only has Goddess. I mean, that's fair. That is absolutely fair. The rich get richer, and the poor... Oh, Christ. Manicust has, like, broken my chat here. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. What about GRF? Can we see any new decks appear as a surprise factor? I wouldn't expect a surprise factor. Time for another 6 new cards box plus 1 SR PvP card. I mean, could you imagine? It's more opposite because Speed doesn't want another box. Yeah, exactly. It's so weird. Konami feels very rush death, like their balancing is super slow. All the releases feel always super slow with a slow downwards trend. Yes. I will say, though, it's only felt bad, like, basically from here, right? Like, obviously, we don't really want deck builds, so every time we see a deck build, we get a little bit sad. But if it was, like, mini deck build, mini deck build, mini deck build, that would be fine, right? Realistically, it's not ideal. Obviously, we'd rather have, what, mini. That would be a lot better. But if it was just mini deck build every month, so, like, every other month, you get a brand new mini, that would be fine. I would tolerate that. That would be... I don't want to say good, but it would be acceptable, right? The issue is when we get this, and it's like, bruh, why are you giving us 2 deck builds back to back? Like, nobody wants 2 deck builds back to back. Nobody wants that. We are so starved for new content, we play Handy Lady Beatdown and Yami Ruler. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, low Aqua Skill. That still feels like the best metas are the unofficial ones. What do you mean by that, Whistling Bird? What do you mean by the best metas are the unofficial ones? Do you mean, like, weird formats, like the 40 card, no skill, or whatever? So I used to play Speed, because Rush wasn't playable. I'd even spend some money every now and then. Once Rush finally came, I stopped needing to spend money, because I don't play Speed, and the gems never run out because of slow Rush releases. Konami are making less money from me, and I'm saving more now. Good business plan, Konami. I mean, basically, right? But if you're playing Speed, you're still getting, like, rinsed, right? Ranting stream. Hello, Icy. Let's give an exclamation mark. Icy in the chat. There you go, my friend. Welcome. How did your stream finish up? I watched you, obviously. I mean, I was chatting in your stream. But you were playing the new Sword Soul stuff. The new Sword Soul stuff looks like okay. It doesn't look groundbreaking. Or, like, it doesn't look like it's going to, like, absolutely shake everything up. So I am curious what you think about them. Because, again, for me, I really want to see B-Troopers. That's the deck I really want to see. Please, Konami, my Rush is kind of ruthless, and I have gems to spend. We're going to have to get them. Rush soon cope him. I mean, fingers crossed. Exactly, and they will blame Rush format for underperforming. Yeah, pretty much. What about Return? Also, it felt bad in the start with only starter decks releasing. Then we had a slow... I mean, yeah. But this is the dark times, right? Like, this is the worst timeline, right? That we survived it. We got through that. And then from then, pretty much all of this has been pretty much fine. Right? It's been... I would even say up to here, right? Basically, from Genesis Maximum all the way to High Dragon and Solid Strikes, the release cadence has been, like, fine. The worst we've actually had was 57 days on Galactica Go Rush. That was pretty rough, but we did get the Cyber Dragon deck to, like, tide us over. So, like, even that wasn't the end of the world, because, again, we got new stuff. But this is, like, we've basically gone back to having next to nothing. Because at least a structure deck, it comes with a new skill, it comes with a decent amount of cards that are all kind of used in the same deck, right? So that there's at least some interesting stuff you can do with that, but it's pretty rough. Why aren't they playing and buying more Rush? Because we're only giving them speed stuff. I'm more concerned we lack events similar to Arc v PvP event or Duelist Kingdom, so I'm more worried that part due to these rerun character events. I think it's because, for the most part, Rush isn't seen as being super competitive. I think that's what it comes down to. That's why we don't really get Rush PvP events, like, at all. Like, realistically, we just don't. which is a bit of a shame, but you know, some people, in a weird way as well, some people don't actually play PvP in Duel Links, which I think is strange. Like, I'm not going to bash them for wanting to play like that. If you want to play like that, absolutely you can play like that. But for me, the way that I play Duel Links is I go through all of the PvE stuff as, like, this is the stuff I have to do so that when I want to PvP, I can PvP, right? That's kind of how I look at it, but too dumb for them to see it, exactly. I used to spend for Rush, now I don't need to. Rush releases are slow. Exactly. It's the only real good thing about it, right, is we don't have to spend as much. Unofficial formats is in post-Gaia, but pre-release blocks. Oh, right. I think we only had one big format for that, though, right? That was the, God, where was it? Was this somewhere? Not that one. This one, right? This was the fake format? Or was it in this one? I think it was this. Down here? Let me have a look. Nope, it's not there. I don't remember exactly where it was, but there was a really interesting fake format at some point. But for the most part, metas have actually been in a good spot lately, right? Like, so this is our current meta, right? So we're looking at Join Tech, 42.7%, Music Princess, 37.1%. This is a bad pie graph, or pie chart. This is not what you want to see, right? Last format, this was pretty good. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but this was still pretty good, right? This is good distribution, right? Extreme Overlord. Again, good distribution. Forbidden Fantastic Show. Again, not as good, but this is still pretty good, right? We've got 3 different decks that are all competing. We've got some other decks that are kind of fringe. This is where you get like there's some diversity here, but when you've got one deck taking up this much, that's never a good sign, realistically. It's just not. It's just not. This is, again, a similar boat, like Galaxy. What's going on here? We don't want to be seeing this. This is pretty bad. Before that, really good. This is fantastic. Red Boot, E-Hero, Worm Fusion, Dark Galaxy, Machine, Dragon, Santa Mill. Maybe we don't talk about Santa Mill. The rest of this, absolutely fantastic. We like that. Then we get down to here. Don't like that. Not a fan of that. Boost Red Boot, and then you get back to the dual deck format, because we had this for a long time, the Dragon Psychic format. Then we had Psychic, Matarian, Dragon, Cyber Dragon. I mean, this was like fine, not great, but like fine. And then we get the Matarian like Galaxy stuff again. Like, the point is, we've had a lot of good metas recently, and this is the worst one we've had in a while, in my opinion. But end the yapping, start talking about the new girl with hot thighs. Who is the new girl with hot thighs? Are you talking about the Chronicles? I'm going to assume you're talking about the Chronicles. Heading out, bye Tomato, and chat, have a good day. Thanks for stopping by, United. Yeah, the sexy great moth. I will never forget the 4 months when it was maximums. I mean, I don't even think it was that bad, realistically. Like, for the maximum stuff. I would so love parallel PvP events. Playing Duel Links PvE is only crazy work when there's so many good games out there. I mean, sometimes though people just like playing Yu-Gi-Oh games, right? There's a lot of people, for example, that like playing like the RPG style Yu-Gi-Oh games. And I think those games are still really fun. Like the old ones. Speed PvP entry is difficult though, since the entry level feels so high. And I do understand non-PvP speed players. People just didn't like cause the decks on the list were there too long. I mean, basically, right? That's what it comes down to. When a meta is bad and then outstays its welcome, it's like a double whammy, right? The diversity up to Join Tech was fine, even when Join Tech began taking over. We had 7s and the other decks. Yeah, basically. New girl with hot thighs is Makanko. I mean, maybe. I know that Shui really likes cute girls. That's Shui's like bread and butter. If the deck has cute girls, Shui is all over it. So we'll go with that. I mean, just take a look at the Witchcrafters, right? PvE Duel Links is a nice idle game, though. I mean, it's fine. I wouldn't say it's like a great idle game, though, because it does, like, hamstring you with, like, how much you can do, right? Because you have, like, the roaming duelists and you have to spend dual orbs and stuff. The Spark Hearts, I mean, we'll have a look, right? It's not even an idle game you have to click. Yeah, exactly. Unless you're doing, like, the roaming duels, yeah, it's basically not, right? All right, let's jump in and take a look at some of this new speed stuff. So first things first, we now have the 10,000 Dragon. Whoa! I know, it's crazy. I mean, this card's like funny. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by attributing monsters you control whose combined attack and defense is 10,000 or more. Is summoned this way, the attack and defense of this card becomes 10,000. Neat, I guess. I mean, this is to celebrate there are now 10,000 cards in the game, which is fine. Then we get our new Sword Soul. Sword Soul, Sinister Sovereign. Qi Xing Longwan. So, if you synchro summon another worm synchro monster, you can draw one card. Okay, yeah, that's nice. If your opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can banish one of them. And if you do, inflict 1200 damage to your opponent. That's a lot of damage. When your opponent activates a spell trap or quick effect, you can banish that card, and if you do, inflict 1200 damage. That's a lot of damage. Is this the new Tax Dragon? Is this just Tax Dragon 2? You can only use each effect of Sword Soul, Sinister Sovereign, Qi Xing Longyan once per turn. Not the biggest fan, personally. Maybe the new Zombie Rush Girl. Yeah, people start disliking decks that in bad metas, but the decks carry over to metas with good distribution. People still resent the decks. I mean, basically, right? I still don't like Harpy Ladies, personally. It's 600 in Duel Links. Oh, thank God. I was going to say, if that was 12 in Duel Links, I mean, still, 600 is still pretty rough. But if that was 12, that would be actually disgusting. Imagine if it was 1200. So let's check out the new skills again. We have looked at these before, but I just want to go over them quickly before we go over the cards. So you can use the skill second effect once per turn. At the beginning of the first turn, set one B-Trooper formation from outside of your deck. Send 2 insect monsters, including B-Trooper monsters, from your deck to the graveyard. For the rest of the duel, you cannot special summon any monsters except insects. If you control an insect monster with 3000 or more attack, or your opponent controls a monster, gain 3000 life points. Then add 1 level 5 or higher insect from your deck or graveyard to your hand, or set a B-Trooper spell trap card from your deck or graveyard. Okay, interesting. Mekanko stuff is going to be a nightmare, because that means understanding what all the Mekanko stuff does. During your turn, you cannot normal or special summon, excluding special summons from the extra deck, any monster with 3000 less attack, except Mekanko monsters. Reveal 1 Mekanko monster from your hand, and add 1 Mekanko card from your deck to your hand. Then send 1 Mekanko spell card from your deck to the graveyard. You can then send 1 card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Okay, it's a then. If only your opponent controls a monster, set a Mekanko spell trap from your hand or deck. Okay. And then the Predator Plants, you can use this skill's second or third effects once per duel if your extra deck contains a total of 3 or more different Fusion Dragon monsters. You cannot normal or special summon, excluding special summons from the extra deck, any monsters except Dark Dragons or plants. Reveal 1 Predator Plant monster from your hand. Add 1 level 1 or 8 Predator Plant monster from your deck to your hand. If you control a Fusion Dragon monster, or only your opponent controls a monster, play 1 level 8 or lower Predator Plant monster from your deck or extra deck, then play 1 Predator Prime Fusion from your deck to your hand. Oh, they would add. Okay. Alright, we are going to put the desk back into sitting mode. It's going to slowly descend. But we will be sitting down for the reading of all of this, because this is going to take a while. This is going to take a lot out of me. What are we starting with? So we actually have the Mekanko card as like the first card. What? I'm down here now. So you can ritual summon this card with Mekanko Kagura, cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, your opponent takes any battle damage you would take from battles involving this card instead. You can only use each of the following effects of Mekanko the Uhime. Uhime? Is that meant to be Ohime? I think it's meant to be Ohime. Once per turn. If you reveal this card in your hand, add 1 Mekanko card from your deck to your hand, except Ohime, the manifested Mekanko, then discard 1 card. Quick effect, you can target 1 equipped spell in a graveyard, equipped to appropriate monster on the field. So this is a very interesting card. So 0 attack, 0 defense, level 6 ritual, reverse battle damage, and has equipped spell synergy. Interesting, interesting. Who's Necromade the Third? Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Did you not talk about the Rush Dual Revenge Hearts cards? We haven't gotten there yet. We'll get to that. We will get to that. Boo, Mekanko. Tiny Tomato. Hello, it's me. I'm back. Mr. Tomato Head. Good old Mr. Tomato Head. So, Starving Venom Predapower Fusion Dragon. So, 1 Dark Fusion Monster, 1 Fusion Monster. This seems like it's very easy to get out. I suppose you do need 2 Fusion Monsters. I don't know how difficult that is, though, especially since the Predator Plant's confused quite easily. Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, a quick effect, you contribute 1 monster in either field with a Predator counter if you do negate the activation. Fine. Very good, obviously, you contribute your opponent's monsters. If this fusion summoned card you control is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's effect, you can type 1 dark monster in your graveyard, special summon it so it does float. If only... you can only use effect of it once per turn. Okay, that's fine. And then we get the Invincible Atlas. This card's actually really, really cool. I have actually played with this card before. So while it has 3000 or less attack, if your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, also it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So there's a lot of stuff this becomes like immune to, but there's also a lot of stuff it doesn't.
You cannot special summon monsters except insect monsters. You contribute 1 insect monster, then activate one of these effects. Special summon a B-Trooper monster from your deck, which is okay. Or gain 2000 attack, which turns off its protection. You can only use one of those effects, so it's pretty good. Who would want to play Mekanko when no one can choose to go first or second? Well, you just win the coin flip. Oh yeah, starving, we rush players can relate. I mean, true. Alright, Supply Soldier. When an insect monster's effect is activated, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then, if you activated this effect in response to your opponent's effect activation, negate that effect. Also, until the end of your next turn after this effect resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except insect monsters. During your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 insect fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. I mean, this is just, in general, quite a good effect. The question is, do we have an easy way to change our opponent's monsters into insects? Right, we'll come back to the Mekanko stuff afterwards, because we're going to have to read a lot of that, so we're just going to read the insect stuff for now. So Scout Buggy. This card cannot, you cannot special summon monsters except insects. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon 1 B-Trooper Scout Buggy from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can use the effect of B-Trooper Scout Dragon once per turn. So you could send one of these to the graveyard if you wanted to. There's no reason to. Because you can summon it from the deck anyway. Okay. Then we have Underworld Goddess. Primal Dragon the Primordial. Finally coming out. Just get better coin flips. It's weird they made 2 boss monsters UR, because they usually make key cards at multiple UR. Yes, it is interesting. Like, you would expect almost to see, like, I don't know, Scout Buggy or Supply Soldier be the UR. So 1 level 5 or higher insect plus 1 insect cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. If all face-up monsters you control are insects, quick effect, you can target 2 monsters on the field, including an insect monster you control, and banish them. So you have to give up 1 of your cards, get rid of 1 of your opponent's cards as well. You can only use the effect of it once per turn. Mekanko, B-Trooper. You cannot special summon monsters except insect monsters. You can only use the following effects of B-Trooper Cruel Saturnus once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 B-Trooper card from your deck to your hand. That is pretty good. If an insect card monster is banished face up, except during the damage step, you can target 1 of your banished B-Trooper monsters and special summon it. So if you get these 2 out together, you find yourself in like a great spot, right? Because you banish theirs, you bring yours back, right? That's pretty good. Sting Lancer. During the main phase, quick effect, you can target 1 insect monster in your graveyard and 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard. Special summon the card. Special summon this card from your hand if you do place the targeted monsters on the bottom of the decks. If this card is normal summoned or special summoned, you can add 1 B-Trooper spell trap from your deck to your hand. Okay. I mean, some of these cards are like, okay. I'm not really seeing like payoffs, right? That's the kind of issue I'm seeing at the moment. On a mini box and UR and an SR are basically the same. Yeah, you're right, actually, because it's a mini. I keep forgetting this is a mini. Hello, Mr. Tomato. Hello, chat. Hello, Sakadetsu. Welcome on in. So, B-Trooper Scale Bomber. If an insect monster is normal or special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. When a monster your opponent controls activates its effect, quick effect, you contribute an insect monster and destroy it. I mean, that's fine, but like, again, where's the big payoff, right? So then we have Armor Horn. Link to 2 insect monsters. You cannot special summon monsters except insects. You can only use each of the following effects of B-Trooper Armor Horn once per turn. During the main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves normal summon 1 insect monster. That's fine. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 3 other insect monsters from your graveyard, special summon this card, but banish it, release the field. So it's just an extra normal. So you have to already have insects in your hand ready to go. You can bring it back, but then it's just like link to material. Like, what is the plan though? Like, how are we climbing up to 4? I mean, obviously there's like different ways to do it, but like, I'm not seeing like a really good one, right? Gokipole. So this is probably one of the cards that you might send to the graveyard with the skill at the start of the duel. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 level 4 insect monster from your deck to your hand. The thing is though, this won't trigger off of the skill, right? Because it's... I don't think this triggers off the skill. Then, if you added a normal monster, you can special summon it. Then you can destroy 1 monster on the field with attack less than or equal to the special summon monsters. You make 2 link 2 into 4. But my question... So how do you get there? Like, so you get out 2 bodies. You link them into B-Trooper Armor Horn. You can use Armor Horn's effect to get another card on the board. Oh, right. Then you link those into another Armor Horn. Then you summon the first Armor Horn by getting rid of the 3 material that you sent to the graveyard to make both of the Armor Horns. To get out the Armor Horn again. And then you go into Atlas. Okay, that does make sense. That does make sense. None of those really matter. Is there anything down here that matters? That is a B-Trooper. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target 2 of your B-Trooper monsters with different names that are banished and or in your graveyard, add them to your hand. But for the rest of the turn, you can activate their effects or the effects of cards with their names. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can return this card to the hand if you do negate the attack. I mean, this doesn't seem awful. The issue is, it's high level. That's the problem. Payoff is fusion, links, and synchros, all what is insect related. Yeah, but like, what are they, is the thing. Because these two are just not a payoff. Like, Atlas is okay, but even he is just like a 5,000 guy. Like, that's nothing like crazy. Well, still you won't play it as pure. You will use Battle Wasp and even Insectors. But even Insectors doesn't seem like it's going to be a good enough payoff for this. Alright, when your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a B-Trooper, negate the effect, and if you do, destroy it. I mean, that's pretty good. That's searchable as well. During your end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can control a insect monster with 3,000 more attack. You can banish 1 insect from your graveyard to set this card. I mean, that's not bad because you can search it. Mighty Neptune. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Great. Must first be special summoned from your hand. Oh, let's try and get that going again. By shuffling 3 of your banished insect monsters into the main deck. I mean, that's fine, again, because our basic combo should get 3 banished easy peasy. During the main phase, if this card is owner's control is destroyed or banished by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card. Okay. You can only use the effect of Heavy B-Trooper once per turn. Once per turn, during the end phase, you can target 1 other insect monster you control and it gains 1,000 attack. So that's just a permanent 1,000 attack boost, so that's not bad. So B-Trooper Landing. Fusion summon 1 insect fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. If this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish 2 insect monsters from your graveyard, add this card to your hand. You can only use effective B-Trooper Landing once per turn. Okay, I mean, this is fine. The one thing that's weird about this is it's a B-Trooper card, but it's generic, right? It's just insect support. But it's got the B-Trooper name, so you can search it. Assault Roller, you can special summon this card from your hand by banishing 1 insect monster from your graveyard. You can only special summon B-Trooper Assault Roller once per turn this way. Gains 200 attack for each insect you control, except this card. Okay. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can add a B-Trooper monster from your deck to your hand. I mean, I don't think that effect is going to come up that often realistically. Formation, you can target 1 B-Trooper monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but it cannot attack this turn. Also, you lose life points equal to its original attack. If a face-up monster on your field you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a B-Trooper token. Okay. So we have to pay some life points. We do gain 3,000 from the skill. This is also what we start with on the field. So we can use this to immediately grab something out. So we could grab, for example, Scout Buggy, right? Then Scout Buggy's effect, when it's special summoned, you can special summon a Scout Buggy from your deck, so you just get another one immediately. So we go start the duel, formation, Scout Buggy, get Scout Buggy. Although this is different names, isn't it? Banish 3 other insect. Oh no, it's just any. Okay. So we could then immediately link those two into Armor Horn. Armor Horn effect, summon out another insect from my hand. It doesn't really matter what it is. Then go into our link 4. I mean, we've done all of that without a normal summon. So, like, being able to get this out without a normal summon is actually not awful. I have returned after hearing some ridiculous predators. I see, I see. Having some. That's me being silly there. I mean, nothing else in here is, like, super interesting. Let's take a quick look. I do want to have a quick look at the insect. Can we just look at extra deck? Okay, let's just take a look at what we have as options here. Are we going to be playing the tuners, is the next question. Special summon banish all instruments to your graveyard. Once you're controls, lose 5 changes. That's okay. That's not like insane. Discover sync summoned. Second attack during battle phase. I mean, that's okay. Again, I don't think we're going to want to play the tuners unless we have to. I mean, we can make this thing quite easily if we want to, but I don't really think we would. How easily can we get 2 6s on the board becomes the next question. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing the vision of like a deck that is going to be made using these cards that is going to be strong enough to compete in the current metagame. Embod so far has been 2 big fusions and enough to just negate everything you summon. You basically got no monster effects. You don't need to play the old synchros. Well, I don't know what the new synchros are, is the issue. That is the fundamental problem. I don't see like a big insect payoff here. That's gonna like be enough. Because like you look at what a lot of decks do right now, right? And they're able to like blow up your opponent's board. They're able to like negate half their shit. I'm just like, this deck just doesn't feel like it does any of that stuff. Like you don't even have like piercing. What, you wouldn't play Key Beetle? Exactly. I don't know. I think like the gameplay loop looks pretty like fun, but it just feels like it doesn't go anywhere. Like what does your going first board end on? Obviously you can end on like Cavalry and you can end on Saturnus. Use these two together is like a banish. This is sort of a towers. Like, and that's it. You'd have like the counter trap for like a negate. You could... What was the card that lets you sacrifice an opponent's card? No, it was like when an opponent... Yeah, this one. When your opponent activates an effect, you can like make them sacrifice it, but the effect will still go off. I don't know. It doesn't look super great. Alright, let's get through the Mekanko stuff, because this is going to take... Just understanding these cards might take a while. Alright, equip spell. The equip monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay, so we slap that on... this, for example, because that can't be destroyed by battle, so now it's got protection from everything. Well, from being destroyed. During the main phase, you can special summon one Mekanko monster from your hand or deck with a different original name to the equipped monster, and if you do, equip it with this card. Then return to the hand the monster this card was equipped to. You can only use the effect of this once per turn. So you can put this back in your hand if you wanted to, and then reveal it. And then get the effect to add a Mekanko card from your deck to your hand. Okay. You can understand everything very quickly, it's a simple deck. It doesn't seem like a simple deck. So this is Nini, the Mirror Mekanko. If this card is not equipped with any equipped card, you take no battle damage from battles involving it. If it is, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay, so that's another little cute card combo. Also, your opponent takes any battle damage you would take from battles involving this card. So we've got 2 effects that just reflect battle damage. During your opponent's turn, while this card is equipped with an equipped spell, quick effect, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, take control of it to the end of the turn. Only during your opponent's turn. So this is just to mess with them, take their best guy, you know, force something out. Okay, I mean, this seems pretty good. Hare the Sword Mekanko. If this card is not equipped with an equipped card, you take no battle damage for battles involving it. If it is, it cannot be destroyed by battle, also your opponent takes it. Okay, so this is just the Mekanko line of text. If this card becomes equipped with an equipped card, you can add a Mekanko equipped spell from your deck to your hand. Okay, so this is like probably the best one to equip because you can just summon it, equip it with that. In fact, you could summon any. If you already have this, you summon any Mekanko, equip it with this. Then use the effect to summon this out, equip this to it, and then its effect goes off and gets you another copy of this or a different equip spell. That seems pretty good. All Mekankos can't be destroyed by battle. Tomato, that's the thing. Okay, so basically, Kanko can play around Chalice, Vela, Imperm, right? From what I've seen, the engine, it's using level 5-6, similar to Vel's Ritual, and the counter trap loses to an Imperm, plus it makes use of board breakers. I mean, we're going to find out. We're definitely going to find out as we go. Alright, Mekanko Fire Dance, another equip spell. Special summon one Mekanko monster from your hand or graveyard, and if you do, equip it with this card. Then you can special summon one monster from your opponent's graveyard to their field, but negate its effects. The equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can only activate one fire dance per turn. Okay. So what is the benefit of giving your opponent a monster? So you give them something to run your guys into to, like, reverse battle damage them to death? Or you could, like, lava golem them if you really wanted to? Either way, both of those things seem pretty good. Only 2 Mekanko monsters, 3 of the ritual. They can't play Lava Golem. I haven't looked at the skill, like, in depth. Cannot normal or special summon monsters. 3,000 or less attack except Mekanko. So they saw Lava Golem coming, and they specifically went, no Lava Golem for you. So you can beat it. They can play 2 Kaijus, that's it. You just reborn the monster, the attack into, and it's an option to reborn. Okay. I mean, it seems competent, at the very least. Alright, another equip. Mekanko Reflection Rondo. Equipped to an opponent's monster. Take control of it while you control a Mekanko monster, but it cannot activate its effects while you control it. When this card leaves the field, send the equipped monster to the graveyard. You can only control 1 Inviting Rondo. You can only activate 1... What? What is Inviting Rondo? Or is that like a translation thing? Is that supposed to be Mekanko Reflection, like both times? I may attempt to stuff strikers into Mekanko. I would not surprise me in the slightest, Bez. Isn't Ubel/Birds a better option? Then potentially. Wait, the skill prevents you from reborn their monster. Oh, that's done. Oh, does it? You cannot switch some monsters. Does that stop you? Where was the card that we were reading? One monster opponent's graveyard to their field. Yeah, because you special summon it, I guess you can't use that? That's weird. That's weird, bro. That's so weird. Where Rush? It's not exist. Hello, Kim friend. Welcome, welcome on in. You can't normal or special monster with 3k less stack. So I guess you could summon a big guy to your opponent's board. If they've got like a 3,000 guy. Like 3,100 plus guy. Alright, promise. Special summon a Mekanko monster from your hand or deck, but banish it when it leaves the field. Then you can equip it with one appropriate equip spell card from your hand or graveyard. That's not awful. Like, I don't think that's like amazing, but that's not awful. Mekanko Rivalry. If you control a Mekanko monster, get one face-up monster on the field, equip it with one appropriate equip spell from your deck. If an equip spell is sent to your graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, take one equip spell and give it out to your hand. Yeah, that seems kind of bad. Alright, field spell. While you control a monster equipped with an equip card, your opponent's monsters must attack them if able. If your Mekanko monster battles, your opponent cannot activate the effects, cards or effects until the end of the damage step. If your Mekanko monster attacks at the end of the damage step, you can send one equipped card you control to the graveyard. That monster can make another attack on monsters in a row. So this seems kind of gimmicky. Like, this is a way to just, like, OTK, but I don't think you even need it. If that guy you reborn has more than 3k attack, you can no right access to the skill, yeah. The Trapper's sort of starter as an E-Telly and Mekanko from the deck as an equip. That makes sense. It's just like a deck I'd enjoy, to be fair. I mean, I'm not going to waste my money on gems, but Konami's problem. I mean, yeah. Alright, Ceremony, quick play spell. Special summon a Mekanko monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. I'm going to assume... Wait, can you... Surely you can't summon the ritual with this, right? Like, I'm trying to cover all the bases, right? Return it to the hand during the opponent's end phase. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, send a Mekanko card from your deck to the graveyard, except another copy. You can only use the effect of Great Mekanko Ceremony once per turn. You can? That is nutty to be able to just get... I mean, again, this thing isn't, like, insane, but just the fact you can just cheat out a ritual like that is just really weird to me. Like, that is just so strange to me. I get that it's ignoring summoning conditions, but I just feel like rituals should have, like, game mechanics protecting them, right? It's just really strange to me. So what, you could use this, summon out this, for example. Right, so if you have this in hand, activate the effect, right? So you reveal this card, add a Mekanko card from your hand or deck. So you could add Mekanko Ceremony, activate Mekanko Ceremony, summon this out. Then using this, you could then... but we can't use the effect on the same turn. Because you're going to use each effect once per turn. Oh, wait, no, then you could use each, right? Alright, so then you use the second effect. During your main phase, banish this card, set one Mekanko card from your deck to the graveyard, except this. Then you just get any trap card you want. So you could grab Let Promise if you wanted to. People don't play the actual ritual spell because Ceremony cheats out. That's very funny. Kanko was decent Menace in OCG recently, though. I'm trying to think what this deck even looks like, right? So you've got... This is a ritual, so that'd be 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know how many, like, of these you're playing. But, like, there's plenty of cards here to just have a 20-card deck, and it just probably be, like, decent. Alright, Kagura, Ritual Spell. So people don't play this card, is what we're learning. This card can be used to ritual summon any Mekanko ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field. You would just be 6. Destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of equipped spells with different names in your graveyard. If you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent for each card destroyed. I'm going to assume this is 500 in Duel Links. But, like, this card isn't even, like, awful, right? I don't think it's going to be good. But theoretically, just wiping your opponent's board would be just a great way to board break. To be clear, the effect damage is 500 to 1,000 in Duel Links. Okay, yeah, that's what we were expecting. And I think that's all of the Mekanko stuff, right? Yeah, it looks okay. Let's have a quick look at the skill again. So reveal one Mekanko monster in your hand, add a Mekanko card, so spell or trap, so you could just hit the quick play again. From your deck to your hand, then send a Mekanko spell from your deck to the graveyard. So we could send the trap card. Not that one. This one. Then if a equipped spell is sent to the graveyard, you could banish this card, target one equipped spell in your graveyard and add to the hand. So we could send this to the grave if we wanted, or put an equipped spell in the graveyard. Then we can send another card if we want to, but we don't have to. If our opponent, so if we're going second, we can also grab any spell trap we want. So we just get to grab any 2 cards, right? And then one of the cards we could add is going to be the ritual monster, who just gets you any other card you want. So this seems like... It feels like it's going to play very smoothly in Duel Links. The issue I see this deck having is we don't really have anything to protect us from Book of Eclipse. We don't have anything to protect us from Imperm. We don't have anything to protect us from Chalice or Forbidden Droplet. Like, there's just so many ways I feel to just, like, bully this deck. And obviously, I don't really think... Do you care about this deck? Like this deck going first, what does it actually do? You, like, just put out a load of guys who reverse battle damage and hope your opponent doesn't interact with your board? If you have 3 copies of Rights, you can play less Ritual as it searches her. And the mini is fine at 2 runs. You don't need 3 of everything, especially the main deck monsters. Most effect damage stuff is halved, but some aren't. Yeah, for the most part, that's how I understand it. It's why the deck sucks without Huli. To be honest, I would just play the Shinato skill to summon Shinato free in half-life points instead of the skill. Hello, Zaki boys, by the way. Yeah, without Huli, it's horrible. Let's have a look at Huli quick. So, Huli. Well, that's not helpful. Let's look up Mekanko. There's Orihime. There's Arahime. Right, this one, Huli. So, if this card is not equipped with an equipped spell, you take no battle damage. Blah, 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 blah. While you control an equipped card, your opponent cannot target Mekanko cards you control with card effects. That's a pretty good protection effect. If either player equips an equipped card to this card, you can add a Mekanko trap from your deck to your hand. So this is sort of their, like, going first line. Because you get a trap for, obviously, your opponent. You want a trap for their turn. And you have a bit of extra protection. But also, you could use this during your turn to give yourself a bit of added protection. But again, it still doesn't really help against, like, Book of Eclipse, right? Going first with Makanko supposed to be Huli with Traps Pass, but they didn't drop Huli. Yeah, it does seem a bit awkward. What about these two? Are these two any good? Cannot be destroyed. If you card is in your hand or graveyard, and another Makanko card in your graveyard, you can target one face-up monster on the field, equip this card to it as an equip spell. Once per during the end phase, while this card is equipped to a monster, you can return this card equipped to the... and the equipped monster to the hand. That is interesting. This seems like more of an enabler. Then Ohime, the Manifested Makanko, you can return this card with Kagura, can destroy battle. You can reveal this card in your hand, add a Makanko card from your deck to your hand. Is this just the same... Yeah, it's just the alt art. Which art looks better? I think I prefer this art. That's the alt art of Huli as well. Is this an alt art? Sanaki? No, it's not. You can target a Makanko card you control, return it to the hand. If either player equips an equipped spell to this card, you can summon one non-illusion Makanko. So this is an illusion monster as well. Okay. If either player equips an equipped card to this card, you can special summon one non-illusion Makanko monster from your deck. Cannot special summon from the extra deck for its turn. If this card is at the graveyard, you can target one physical monster on the field, equip this card. It just seems like some of the other cards they're going to get are actually pretty good. But obviously we don't have any of that yet, so it sort of doesn't matter. What can you run in extra? Herald of Light. What else you think can use fusions and IP? I don't really know. Like, the restriction is we can play whatever we want, really. As long as it's from the extra deck, it could be anything. So, like, we can play any rank 3s we want. Deck seems like pretty good at doing just rank 3s. Arahime in lore is a fusion of the main decks, as it's a horrible ritual. I see, I see. Alright, well, I mean, the deck seems interesting. So now, let's take a look at the Predaplant stuff that we have. So we have Triantis. So Triantis is a card that I've used quite a bit. So Pendulum Effect. You can use this card in your Pendulum zones as material to fusion summon a dark fusion monster as if they were monsters on the field. So you basically just put this in your pen zone, put this in your pen zone, you can immediately fuse them together to go into Ambulance. So Monster Effect. If this card is used as material for a fusion summon and sent to the graveyard or added to the extra deck face up, you can place one Predator counter on a number of monsters on the field up to the number of monsters you control. And if you do, any of those monsters that are level 2 or higher become level 1 as long as they have a Predator counter. Then we have Bufolicula. So during your main phase, you can fusion summon one dark fusion monster from your extra deck by using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. You can only use the effect of it once per turn. If this card is used as material for a fusion summon and sent to the graveyard or added to the extra deck face up, you can add one face up dark pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand, except this card. So you can basically just add back like the Triantis. That's probably the most easy one. If you just slap both these in the pen zone, for example, fuse them together, get both their effects off, add to our opponent, and then because you've given your opponent... God... What's its name? What's Ambulance's name? Anomalocaris? Ambulomelides. That one. Now, we'll try and catch up with chat quick. IP and Link 3. Even in Master Duel, this deck sucks ass. I know it's because I built it already. Because the Egyptian gods' tune don't exist. I mean, potentially. Who knows? Who truly knows? You normally don't play it in the Pendulum Zone unless you get both. Because both can just be fused from a hand. Yeah, it depends if you have both though, right? So if this card is fusion summoned, you can add a Predaplant monster or Predaplant spell trap from your deck or hand to grave. So basically, what you can do is you could just scale both of these, use the effect. This gets you back this to your hand. This effect is going to, like, effectively make one of your opponent have a Predator counter. Because you've made Ambulance, you're then getting an extra card because you get to add a Predaplant monster or a spell trap from your deck or graveyard face up, you extra deck to your hand. Then you can target one monster your opponent controls with a Predator counter, which you've just, again, put one on them, or one monster you control, tribute it, and if you do special summon a Predaplant monster from your deck. Which is just, like, such a good little combo. Like, it's so good. You basically deal with one of your opponent's cards, you give yourself a +2, and if you want to, you could even just get both of these back. Like, it does so much. You normally don't play in the Pendulum Zone, because both could just be fused to hand and gain their main effects. Can you not use the effect? I guess it's because it's not a monster? So if you fuse them from the Pendulum Zone, you don't get the monster effect. That's good to know. I just assumed you would, because it's just like, if it's used as material. But I suppose while it's in the Pendulum Zone, it's considered a spell card and just not a monster at all. Alright, Predaplant Trifioratum. So 3 dark monsters on the field. Gains attack equal to the total original attack of all other monsters on the field with a predator counter. You can only use each effect of it once per turn. When your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck, where you control this fusion summon card, quick effect, you can negate the summon, and if you do, destroy it. Very, very powerful. So it's like a strike. If your opponent controls a monster with a predator counter, you can special summon this card from your graveyard in defense position. Okay. I mean, that's just really good in general. You can fuse as a pen, while as a pen scale. It triggers face up and extra. Alright, so you still do get the monster effects. Then why does it matter? What was Victor saying? Alright, are there any more? Alright, here we go. Predator planning. Send 1 Predator plant monster from your deck to the graveyard. Place 1 Predator counter on each face-up monster on the field. And if you do, any of those monsters that are level 2 or higher become level 1 as long as they have a Predator counter. Okay. I mean, that's just really, really good. Obviously, you need to have the payoff, but it's still really good. If you fusion summon a dark monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 card on the field and destroy it. Okay, that's really good then. Like, really, really good. Because MST and Cosmic, if you go second, you don't always want to risk it. That trap is just completely stupid. Yeah, if you couldn't use both effects in the same... mind you, are you ever going to use the first... I guess you'd use the first effect if you go first. But like for the most part, you could just send it to the graveyard and use its graveyard effect. So reveal 1 Predator monster to your hand and add 1 level 1 or 8 from it to your hand. If you control a Fusion Dragon monster... you can play 1 level 8 or lower Predator monster from your deck or extra deck, then add Predator Prime Fusion. Okay, so it doesn't do anything with the trap. No way to like get it into the graveyard easily from this skill. Right, Predator Prime Fusion, limit 1. If a Predator Plant monster is on the field, fusion summon 1 Dark Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from either field as material, including 2 or more Dark monsters you control. So we have to use 2 of ours. So we could make this, but then our opponent needs to have a dark card? What if our opponent doesn't have a dark card? Do we just not use Predator Prime? Nice Kaiju in this spell limited 1. Thanks so much, Konami. I mean, again, this seems really good if you're... I guess it's a quick play. Which does change things a little bit. Super Poly Predator. But you could always Super Poly, right? So, like, my question is, what is the benefit of this specifically? Like, am I missing something? Because you have to use 2 or more dark monsters you control. So it has to be 2 of your cards. So you can't just, like, make this, for example. Because this only has 2 monsters, right? I mean, you could make this, but then you wouldn't use your opponent's cards. I forget what it's called. Makes all with Predator counter on it dark. Well, there you go. That's the missing piece that I'm missing here. It's in the box. I'll have a quick look. Target moment of time, bench card. It only changed level, not attribute. I don't know if Prime is worth it. That's what I'm like. I get this is just like a quick play, make a guy. And if your opponent's playing dark monsters, yeah, you could like yoink one of their monsters to make this. Are there no rush leaks? There are no... Well, there is 1 rush leak, Hans. There is a singular card. Which is kind of sad. I mean, I can show you it quickly. We're getting this guy. This is our rush leak. He's going to be a rank reward. Place 2 light attribute monsters from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck in any order. Destroy 1 face-up monster on the field with higher attack than this card. Hey, he's okay. He's not bad. There's a single monster that changes the attribute. Where is it? Level 1. I've been told it's in the box. Chlamydia? This one? There we go. Monsters with a predator counter that you use as fusion materials are treated as dark. It was the very, very top of the card. Okay. Okay. And we can get this out relatively easily. Okay. I see the vision. I see the vision. I mean, Predator Plant seems like the strong deck out of the bunch. I don't know if it's going to be, like, really, really good. Funny putting the Kaiju in this pack as well. Teasing 2 limit 1 cards. Yeah. The old, Hydra. The issue that I have with this card is you need to use 2 of your cards. Which means I think the only thing we're realistically going to be making is going to be Triff. And it's so specific as well. We have to make sure we get Chlamydia out. Chlamydia. We got to get Chlamydia out. Then we can only make this. It's a quick play, so we're going to want to do this in our opponent's turn if we can, but we don't have to. It's very weird. Kim friend, what we doing here, boy? Not going to have you having a go. We're going to give you a little timeout. We're going to give you a little bit of a timeout. Then we're going to untimeout you. You get the 1 second timeout. That was your warning, Kim friend. You can bash Rush. You can come in here and bash B. You can't bash Shui. Not allowed to. It might look bad, but I've, out of 9 duels, gotten a stupid field. That's fair. Overall, this box is interesting. I think a lot of the stuff in here is really cool. But again, is it going to be, like, competitive? Like, is it going to be competitive? That's the real question. We've just got the DDD squad in here now. It's Crimson. I tried to make a video complaining about Makanko. Give me Underworld's Goddess and I'm out. Finally, Konami forget Minibus exists. Mikanko, oh boy, given the fat double-edged sword in the Action Duel event. I can't wait to so many questions. That's a big no to competitive. That's what it kind of feels like. I don't think it not being competitive is good, right? Because they don't want you to have to buy it. Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of people aren't going to buy it. Right? That's the issue. Whereas it feels very strange to be like, here is so much content back to back to back to back to back, and then also, like, it's not even worth it to go into. We also have to keep in mind that the New Year's / anniversary box might go even crazier. That's another thing, yeah. Speed players are going to have so much stuff coming. It's going to be kind of nuts. Which for speed at the Mo is a good thing. The issue at the Mo is I don't know which skill to use. Both would be nice to use. Yeah. I think the Predapline Fusion, they want you to make the new Starving Venom. So if you make this, though, you can't use your opponent's cards. Right? Which just, like, feels really weird. I don't get why they released this instead of Rush. I mean, we should be getting Rush soon, right? We should be getting it very, very soon. It's just like, how soon? Crimson really posted 3-comment paragraph. I mean, you know, you got a lot to say, you got a lot to say. The new skill is good, but you need to open a fusion spell. Kanko is something to experiment with. Predator is competitive enough. Don't worry about the buff. Because it's a Predator Plant card. I mean, it is a Predator Plant card. But, I mean, this is a Predator Plant card as well. Because they're dumb. It's as simple as that. Alright. So this is the PvP event. So we're also well, we already have Greedy Venom Fusion Dragon as well. So again, only 2 material. So once per turn, you can target one face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn, change the target's attack to 0. Also, that target has its effects negated. I mean, that's just really good in general, right? And again, you have to play this card, I think. You have to play 3 Fusion Dragon cards of different names, so I think you have to play this card. If this card is destroyed, sent to the graveyard, destroy as many monsters on the field as possible, then banish level 8 or higher dark monster from your graveyard and special summon this card from the graveyard. That's pretty good. It's like a 4 fun box, yeah, basically, right? Hello, Serena. Welcome on in. Yeah, but the skill lets you basically play the Predator power out, but you need to get the Predator Fusion out. Yeah. Hello, a human Portuguese dub fan as well. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know. I think this box is cool. It's got like some cool decks in it. This Makanko seems like kind of degenerate. Like, I don't know how strong it's going to be, but it feels like is it just worse birds? Is it just worse birds? That's the question. Because birds has a lot of different things they can do. Birds also has, like, Wabaku built in. Birds has, like, bouncing built in. It has, like, a lot of just more tools going first. This just feels like worse birds is kind of the feeling I'm getting. Not a fan of the new Predator skill. I like the old one better after playing them both. I mean, that's fair. I mean, at least the Predator plant stuff looks like competitive, right? Makanko is worse birds. We don't even have Spirit Walker Huli. Yeah, that's kind of the impression I'm getting. And I really want B-Troopers to be good, but I just don't see the vision. I don't see, like, a turn 1 end board that is worth a damn. And I don't see a strong turn 2 OTK play. It just, I don't know. B-Troopers just feels like it's missing too much. And even if we go outside of the B-Troopers and we look at other insects, I don't think there's anything there that's good enough still. Phantom Knights, Kanko incoming. I mean, maybe. It searches Retaliating Sea. I kind of agree with you, but also not. It's gotten good fields for me, and so far the deck is quite good. But it comes down to, like, you know, how often are you going to get those, I suppose. Alright. We're going to go ahead and watch the Chronicles. So the Fallen and the Virtuous 6, Albion the Branded Dragon. So I don't know how loud this is going to be, so we're going to kind of play this by ear. Okay, I'm looking at my sound settings to see if it, like, spikes. Okay. Looks like it's a little bit loud. Right, that should be a good volume. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet. Albacer! No! Go away, you. Alright. Subtitles. English. Perfect. I gotta go there, see you tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by, Victor. Okay. We got Big Boy. We got the Great Serpent of Golgonda. Versus Albion. Or Albaz. Branded in white. We are finally free of Branded. And all this infinite paid friends. What do we mean by infinite paid friends? Albion the Branded Dragon. We love a big serpent. Everyone loves a big serpent. I love all the Springans just watching. Ecclesia! At least, like, the animation, like, again, I'm not a huge fan of the CG stuff. Especially because they have so long to animate this. But at least the CG isn't, like, bad. It's not bad CG. Kito! Finally free, not even half. Not even in the half yet. I mean, I think when we get branded fusion, that's when stuff's gonna, like, really pick up, right? Branded just keeps getting back, even in TCG. It will never go away. Missing at least 3 to 4 more episodes of Albaz Law. I think this is the last one, right? So I thought it was finishing soon and we're moving on to the next one. Thank you for the follow, Alm Ultra, or Aim Ultra. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Albion's down. Is this... Oh boy. Okay. I mean, everyone kind of expected this to happen, but this is still pretty cool. They said like 6 episodes, I think. We aren't getting some GX specials at Gemfesta. There was talk about it, but I'm not really sure what's happening with it. We'll talk about it after this. I love the Springans so much, bro. They look so cool. So this is our big, like, emotional climax. Oh, his name is Albion when he's a dragon, actually. Six Albaz episodes and 6 Aluba episodes. Oh, could you imagine? He's back. And now we can send him from our hand to the graveyard. She's so jingly. I didn't think the action was, like, anything super crazy. I suppose it's because it was just, like, random snake attack, right? So, like, there was no, like, emotional stake there. All the emotional stake was in, like, oh, is Albaz, like, not in control anymore? Ecclesia. With the dragon story over then end. Not sure about that, Shui. I think your headcanon might be going a bit too wild there. Although, you know, there are a lot of communities that are into that sort of fanfiction. Show up with no explanation, stun 2 monsters, or a farm on mountain, leave without a word. I mean, basically. Like, even this bit where they could be having a chat, they've just got, like, the music playing over instead of them actually having character development, depth, anything. That's my biggest complaint with these things. It's not even that, like, they're too short. Because, first off, they are too short, right? But there is so little being said in each episode. There is so little character development. There is so... You're almost inferring what kind of character they have based on their few actions you get to see, rather than actually experiencing their characters. It's like, I don't know. Not the biggest fan of it. Because again, I think you could have told, like, a really good story. You could have had, like, a 3, like, actual episodes, like an hour long, effectively, episode, or like 3 20-minute episodes, which had actual development and everything, but instead we got that. I don't know, it was, like, it's not bad, but I just think it could have been really, really good, and it wasn't. That's what it comes down to for me. So the Springans in the last episode got, like, not a lot of, like, development, but at least they had, like, personality, right? Like, I see these characters, I get excited, right? Only works if you actually know the archetypes. Yeah. But even then, it's still pretty weak sauce. Brave enough they could have expanded the lore so much. Even do the headcanon Shui talks about without the naughty stuff. I mean, yeah, they could have just, like, had an interesting character piece with some awesome fights. But instead it just felt like it was just fights. And very few of the fights were awesome, right? Like, this fight is kind of whatever. It's like, who cares? He turns into a dragon. Then he goes up and slashes the snake. And then the snake falls over. And it's like, whoop-de-doo? I don't know. That's just not interesting to me. Like, the most exciting part was just, like, these guys showing up. But that was it. That was the most interesting part. They should have proper anime. 5-minute animations is not enough. Yes. That is, fundamentally, that is the biggest takeaway, right? It is just not good enough to have just this. It is just not good enough. But it is what it is. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I would rather have these than not have them. There are obviously some really good points about all of them, like being able to see these characters animated stuff. And now we're going to go into the Charmers. I don't know how many episodes the Charmers is, but yeah, it should be Charmers now. All right, let's jump into the OCG stuff. We're going to look at the Rush OCG stuff. So Necromade Doctor, when you're in trouble. So, requirement. During your main phase, that this card was normal or special summoned, send one other face-up zombie monster from your field to the graveyard. Choose a Maid's Baneful Gift or Necromade Trickment from your graveyard and set them to your spell trap zone. Okay. Let me just open this. Got to remember what those cards are. Maid. So Trickment is this. So we haven't got to that one yet. We'll look at that one in a sec. What was the other one? Mischief. Was it Mischief? Baneful Gift. Is Baneful Gift the other trap card? Eh. It is. So you can get one of the two trap cards. Okay. So being able to send it to the graveyard is pretty good because you can make room, which can be quite important depending on the situation you find yourself in. I don't think you're going to need room most of the time, though, but we'll see, right? Necromade Doctor the Third. Exactly. Exactly. I look very meh without knowing the cards. I mean, basically, right? Wait, there's Charmers. Wait, is this actually the new card? Oh, there's new Necromades. Yeah, we have new Necromade stuff. Right, so this is the trap card that you can set. So, Trickment. When your opponent normal or special summons a monsters, send one face-up zombie from your field to the graveyard. Choose up to 2 attack position monsters in your opponent's field, change into face-up defense position. For the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot tribute the chosen monsters you summon, nor use them as material for a ritual summon. Okay. This stops Animagica. Again, if your opponent already gets out the Animagic that stops you from using trap cards when you summon them, then it's not going to work against that deck anyway. This stops some of the ritual decks that are going around, because most ritual decks aren't tributing. At least not very often. Saying that, a lot of them are. This stops, like, some stuff, not everything. I wonder if this is too situational. Like, this is like a side deck card, I think. I don't know if you would main deck this. Konami really likes cards that recover traps now. I mean, basically. Necromade Trickman the Third. Yes, I won't stop. I see. Whistling Bird the Third. Exactly. Then the other one, this is the more interesting stuff for me. Advanced Pack Revenge Hearts. And this is just artworks. So here we have Defiant Soul. I'm curious if they're going to break the mold that they kind of established on themselves. Because right now, Defiant Soul is like low-level monsters. Like, they don't have any, like, boss monsters. Their boss monsters like level 5. So I'm wondering if they're going to break the mold and give us, like, a proper big boss, or a ritual monster, or a fusion monster, or something. Or if we're just going to follow that like tradition that they've already got. So this is Geigersberg, the Defiant Soul-Clad Sword. Wait, shouldn't that be that one? Okay, this is Defiant Sword. This is Svaruda, the Defiant Soul-Clad Scripture. Again, without knowing what the cards do, like these could both be ritual monsters, right? We have no way of knowing. Mordorn, the Skullcrag Knight. I mean, this artwork goes pretty hard. This is pretty sick. We got the skeletal horse. We got like the skeleton knight on top of it. This goes hard. I mean, to be fair, all of these artworks are really nice. Like that's great. This is probably the weakest, and this is still great. We got like the kind of Bloodborne style hat going on. Only a couple send though. Read the comment section of this post off stream. Okay. I will do that. I will take your advice. Why is it? Like you can see like a little bit underneath. Oh, we'll fix that later. That's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. The woman with sexy thighs. I mean, as long as you're enjoying that, that's all that really matters. They could go with the level 6 treatment, though. They barely have any 7s and 8s. Why do the artworks look so good? Because the artworks in Rush always look amazing. Rush never misses with the art. It's the blood... This is Bloodborne the deck. I mean, kind of. I don't know if you'd see this in Bloodborne. I don't think you'd even see this in Bloodborne. This is more of a Dark Souls kind of thing than Bloodborne. So this is Beginning Skullrise. Ooh. This could be a ritual spell. You know, this could be because this is like these both are alive, like they're not undead here. So this could be a ritual spell to summon out one of these two, and they like become undead during the ritual sort of thing. That could be pretty cool. I want Rush TCG and EU so bad. It would be so good if we did, but I feel like we are so far past that happening. But I just don't expect it at all anymore, right? Destined Doom of the Defiant Souls. Oh, look at how cool he looks, bro. Look at how sick this guy looks, bro. Look at this. This looks so good. In the moon as well, fighting against Bloodborne Man. Oh, this goes so hard, man. This goes so hard. Legit think it would be easier for us to all learn Japanese and move there to play Rush. I mean, easier is a... Alright, Sparkheart's deck. Sparkheart's Passion Girl. Again, it is really hard to gauge what these are. Because this could be a main deck monster, this could be an extra deck monster, right? This could be a ritual. This could be a fusion. This could be just a level 8 monster. But I mean, the art looks great. We got like the cheeky grin. Which one's this one? Sparkheart's Anesh. Is it just me, or does this art not go as hard? I don't know. Like, comparing them? Maybe it's because it's more zoomed in. It just feels there's less detail going on here. Like, this just isn't as good a picture as the other one. What does the deck cover when it comes to its weakness? What are we talking about there, Desmume? Or just, like, import all the JP cards? Because the weakness of Defiant Soul is just... It doesn't have a lot of tools to do a lot. It has, like, enough tools to, like, spin some plates and make, like, some simple plays, but not, like, anything bombastic. That's the issue it has. Import all the JP cards. I'm glad they remember originals like Sparkheart's Girl from time to time. Yeah, it's always nice to see. Now, this is a nice-looking card. Sparkheart's Makama. That's a good-looking card. Like, the background looks fantastic. Again, I would expect this to be, like, a main deck monster, probably. I like the Witch. Which one's the Witch? Because these are both kind of witches. I'm having trouble with my fields being destroyed. What? Is this like a quest? Like a quest card? I mean, I have no idea what this is going to do. I need holy water to ward off evil spirits. These feel like quests, right? These are like missions. They're like letters that are being sent. And then she has to like fulfill them. You like Thigh Witch? I don't know what that means. None of them are really showing off thighs. Are you talking about this one? At least 3 looks like spell traps. Yeah, these look like spell traps. I don't think this one's a spell trap. Like, these two look like monsters to me. These two look like spell traps. Feels like an Atelier game. Yeah, I kind of get that vibe as well. Especially the thighs. Like, anyone seen Atelier Riser, you know what I'm talking about. Spark Heart's Adventure. The internet is thirsting after her. Is that the fusion that set Sparks? So this is just the Spark Heart's archetype. We're getting new stuff. We don't really know what any of these cards are other than their images. But yeah, one of the cards is the fusion that sets Sparks. Then we get Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. Is this the Perfectly Ultimate Art? No, this is the Perfectly Ultimate Art, right? Let me have a look quick. Great Moth. No, I don't know why I'm looking at Rush. Again, it is the Perfectly Ultimate. Because I like Great Moth as well. I would like to see Great Moth come out. But obviously we're getting the Perfectly Ultimate Art. So again, we don't know what it's going to be. Since it's a import, and its name is Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, usually they stay true to what they were, right? If this was going to be a retrain, it would have a slightly different name. Since it's called Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, I would assume this is going to be a main deck monster. Now, that's not guaranteed, but that's what I'm going with at the moment. I hope Spark Hearts gains a pop/back row/return hand burn times 800 times number of cards in hand. I mean, it could do. Now, this is the waifu I'm waiting for. Here you go, Mono. Here's another full screen for you. Don't get any of those in Duel Links Rush. I mean, give it time. Give it time. Hello, Captain Grim. Weevil will be pleased. Exactly, exactly. Altered variant Great Moth / Great Moth alternative. Now, this could be an extra deck card. This just looks weird. I don't know. This doesn't have, like, Moth vibes to me. Like, as in, like, Great Moth vibes. Double cannon armor. So this is the... What was it? Armor cannon? Insect armor cannon? What? Like, the 300 attack boost for insects from, like, LOB. This is, like, a retrain of that. We got Scissor Hercules. I mean, this looks pretty good. And this is a reference, again, to Hercules Beetle, which is... Actually, I might even have one. Nope, not there. Eh. Not there either. Here we go. I have a pile of cards here. Haha! We even have one. Just sat around. So this is Hercules Beetle. And in the anime, the way that it attacks is it has, like, 2 of its, like... I don't know, it's like pecs. Not pecs. 2 of its, like... What's the word? It's 6-pack. Like, glow. And then, like, these, like, moon things come out of it. These, like, crescent slashes, like, fly out of it. And that's just how it attacks in the anime. So that's what this is obviously a reference to. Give it 5 years. I mean, we're getting Gradius. You never know. Stuff does come early sometimes. I'm still awaiting more Raid Raptors. More Raid Raptors would be really, really cool. Moth Maximum that steals opponents' monsters. How would you steal your opponent's monsters if you're a Maximum? Where would you put them? You'd have to, like, absorb them as, like, spells. But we don't have any way to have monsters in the spell trap zone, I don't think, at the moment. I could be wrong. Where are you going to put it? Replacing your... Yeah, exactly what Mono said. Why do you have Hercules Beetle lying around? I mean, we just do. I got lots of old cards. You'll see, like, Parasite. Unfortunately, it's going to be very blurry because I've got the blur filter on. Oh, you remember Javelin Beetle? Who remembers Javelin Beetle? This is just kind of a pile of insect cards. I used to love this card as well. Like, just the art, it's, like, so simple. Just being, like, a bug. I absolutely adore that. Yeah, I've just got random old cards lying around. Because I do. Spell traps as equips. Mostly because we have equips in Rush. Insects that Sounds like Delirium shenanigans. I mean, you could probably play some of the stuff with Delirium. Tomato has boomer cards? Exactly. I mean, I used to play the physical card game a lot, and so I have a lot of my old physical stuff, right? What else do we have here? You remember Bakuri Box? Yeah? I have my old, like, tournament deck. I don't know where it is at the moment, now that I mention it. But I had it somewhere. I mean, I do have rush cards as well. What's something that y'all will recognize? What about Magnum Overlord? Just kind of hanging out. See, this isn't a boomer card. Monsters as spell trap doesn't exist in this game yet. Yes, because I played that one relinquished deck. One of these days. Alright, Nephrite Insect Whistle. So this is going to be a retrade of Insect Whistle. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to do, but Insect Whistle would like summon an insect to both players' fields if they had an insect in their deck. So, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Immune Continuous effect on monsters weren't revealed as a new gimmick until either yet. They exist. They could just be like how Loki give us monster spell traps. They absolutely could. I do think it would be a bit weird to introduce that effect, though, and not have Relinquished be the thing to debut that. That just makes, like, so much sense to me. But yeah, these cards are sick. I love this guy. This guy's my favorite out of all of this. This just looks amazing. I want this. Again, this looks great. I'm happy to get the new Spark Heart Scale stuff. And of all of the insect stuff, I kind of just like the original Perfectly Ultimate Great Buff, you know? I think this just looks the best. Alright, now, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the Game Awards. So I know a lot of people probably won't care about this, but I care about this. We're going to skip the stuff that we don't give a shit about, and we're going to go straight into like some actual video games, right? Because I do want to just talk about some of this stuff, and I thought we could do this on stream. Why not, right? So this is most anticipated game. So 007 First Light. I'm not a big 007 fan. Like, I like the movies, but I'm not like super big into the games or anything. GTA 6, I think everyone's looking forward to this. This is probably one of the most hyped games like ever. Marvel's Wolverine, Witcher 4, I am looking forward to it, but I never finished Witcher 3, so vote Uma Musume, the mobile game? I mean, maybe. For me, it's Resident Evil Requiem. I know we haven't had, like, fantastic trailers for this yet, but every Resident Evil game is a banger. Every single one. So for me, it's Resident Evil. So unfortunately, it's going to keep doing that as well, which is annoying. Because it puts all the good shit at the start, and we don't want to do the good shit first. Best adaptation. Ugh. 007 is honestly my most anticipated. I mean, that is absolutely fine. It's just not mine. GTA 6 is the most easiest vote. So I am looking forward to GTA 6. I am going to pick it up. But I am more like, oh, GTA 6 comes out. I'll play it. Rather than Resident Evil, where I'm like, I can't wait for Resident Evil to come out. That's going to be such a good game. Right? That's kind of the difference that I have with those. Not because it's a James Bond game, because it's made by the people who made Hitman and World of Assassination. I mean, Hitman is amazing. Hitman is actually amazing. I think we had Digimon in it. Unfortunately, I know we do not have Digimon here. Unfortunately. It should be here, but it's not. Also, yeah, RE Requiem seems really cool. What are we going for? Until Dawn, Last of Us Season 2? It's not Minecraft. I haven't actually seen this yet, so I can't comment. But I know the Devil May Cry anime is amazing. So I think we're going to have to give it to that. Is there, like, an easier way to do this? Because this just changes my vote. Which means we have to do that. Then we have to go over here. We have to do this very awkwardly. Best multiplayer game. Arc Raiders. I do actually have this game. This game is very fun. Is it the best multiplayer game? Ooh, probably not. Battlefield 6. Battlefield's never been my cup of tea. But, like, it's pretty good. Elden Ring Night Rain. I love From Software. I love Dark Souls. I love Elden Ring. I love all of these things. I'm not the biggest fan of Night Rain. And I don't think Night Rain deserves to win this. If I was being extraordinarily biased, I would go for this just because FromSoft, right? But I think, to be honest, it's Split Fiction or Peak. Peak is like such an amazing like friend slot game, and Split Fiction is just like really good. I think for me, it's probably Split Fiction here. Sport/racing game. Wow, amazing. Okay. So Sonic Racing Crossworlds, EA Sports, it's not this. F1 25, it's not this. Mario Kart World, it's not this. I do not think Mario Kart World is anywhere near the best Mario Kart game. I actually think it's a Rematch. So most people here probably have not played Rematch and probably not heard of Rematch. Rematch is amazing, right? It is a four-side like soccer/football game, but it uses like fighting game mechanics effectively. You're doing like it plays more like an action game, right? You're doing like combos. You're doing like really specific inputs to have like a really dynamic gameplay. This is not like FIFA. This is not like get the ball, press square, you pass the ball to another guy, right? This is an action game with a football in it. And in my opinion, this deserves it 100%. It is the most innovative game on here. It's so fun. Didn't know Elden Ring has multiplayer either. Yeah, Elden Ring has... So Elden Ring itself has multiplayer, but Night Rain is also a separate game. This is a separate thing that is using all of the like code and assets from Elden Ring. Best sim strategy. Like Inazuma 11. I haven't played Inazuma 11, but I am very interested in it. Alright, so we have Final Fantasy Tactics. I mean, this is probably winning. Jurassic World Evolution, this is definitely not winning. Sid Meier's Civilization 7. I loved Civ 5. I really didn't like Civ 6. So for me, it's not going to be Civ. Tempest Rising, haven't played it. Don't really have much of a opinion on it. The Altars and 2 Point Museum. 2 Point Museum is really fun, but I think for me it's got to be Tactics. It's got to be Tactics. Some weeks more of time and Izuma 11 was in here. It would have been cool if it was, but unfortunately. Best family game. Donkey Kong, Lego Party. I did actually play Lego Party. This game is okay, but this is basically just a Mario Party clone. It's not Mario Kart. I think for me, it's probably Split Fiction again. Like, Donkey Kong is probably a close second, but I think for me, it's Split Fiction. Alright, best fighting game. 2XKO, this is the League of Legends fighter. We got Capcom Fighting Collection, which is just like old games re-released. Fatal Fury is actually a real game. It's pretty cool. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, again, is just like a bunch of old games. And then Virtua Fighter 5. So it's Virtua Fighter or Fatal Fury. I think... I haven't really played either of them, is the issue. I think I've heard better things about Fatal Fury, so we'll go with Fatal Fury here. And half the best fighting games is a remaster. So generally, a lot of good fighting games do come out, but they're not... Like, they don't come out super regularly, is the primary issue, right? Only Fatal Fury should be voted. Alright, RPGs. So we have Avowed, which has a lot of issues with this. Expedition 33 is one of the best video games I've ever played, period. So it's almost certainly winning. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is really, really cool. I did really enjoy the first one. I haven't played the second one. But I played the first one. I did really like it. But it is very... It was awkward at some points. That did make it kind of annoying. Monster Hunter Wilds is great. I would not class this game as an RPG. This is like its own thing. Also, this is not the best Monster Hunter game. I think Worlds was better. And I also think that Rise was better. So this is not winning this for me either. Outer Worlds 2. Again, I really like Outer Worlds 1. It was really, really cool. I did really, really like it. But it's not Expedition 33. I'm sorry, it's just not Expedition 33. What annoys me is Digimon's Story Time Stranger should be here. It wouldn't win, but it should be here. I don't know why it's not here. It just sucks so much. So for me, it's easy Expedition 33. Easy Expedition 33. Best action adventure. Alright, Death Stranding 2. I love Death Stranding 1. Death Stranding to me is a Marmite game. Either you love it, it is amazing, you love like building roads, you love delivering pizza, it's just the best thing ever, you love all the weird Hideo Kojima shit. Or you hate it because you're like, this is boring, it's a walking simulator, I don't like this, blah 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 blah, right? I am on the side of, I love Hideo Kojima weird shit, I love the simplicity of just delivering items. I love Death Stranding 1. I haven't played 2 yet, because I'm waiting for it to come out on PC. So, I like this game, but does it deserve winning Best Action Adventure? Ugh. Ghost of Yotei. Again, I've heard really good things about Ghost of Tsushima, not so much about Ghost of Yotei. So, probably not going to be this. Hollow Knight is one of the best games, like, released this year. It's just such a good game, right? Such a good game. E33 must be an industry plant. Literally never had heard of it before. Then it just released and killed the 100th line in hype. Yeah, it's such a good game. It's so good. I love 100 line, but game like that and never going to win. The 100 line burnt the fuck out of me. It's fun until it felt extremely tedious. Well, that is a shame. Indiana Jones ain't winning. I'll tell you that right now. And then the Split Fiction again. For me, this is Hollow Knight. This is an easy Hollow Knight. I really want to vote Death Stranding 2, but almost because they've locked it to PlayStation, we're giving it to Hollow Knight. We're giving it to Hollow Knight. Alright. Best action game. Battlefield 6, Doom the Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, or Shinobi the Art of Revenge. I'm not going to dig too much into this. I think Dark Ages is one of the worst Doom games. Battlefield, again, just not my cup of tea. Ninja Gaiden, like, maybe it's one of the classic ones, but, like, I'm not feeling that. For me, this is Hades 2. This is just Hades 2. I vote Hollow Knight because the MC is a girl now. That is whatever floats your boat. For me, Hades 2 just wins that one. Best VR AR. I don't think we need to worry about this one too much, realistically. I don't play VR. Best mobile game. Alright, where's Duel Links, guys? Where's Duel Links? Destiny Rising. Persona 5, The Phantom X. I think Baz is the only person I know who's actually played this game. Sonic Rumble. Uma Musume Pretty Derby. And Wuthering Waves. So I think, personally, this is going to come down to Uma and Wuthering. Wuthering Waves has such a massive fan base. It has such a huge following. Like, such a ridiculous following. People that like this game love this game, right? They are obsessed with it. But Uma Musume, this broke into, like, normies. Like, everyone had heard of this. The memes were going around everywhere. The gameplay is, like, it's very unique compared to, like, all of these other games. Like, for me, it's Uma. It's Uma, right? It's Uma. But I think when it comes to the big reveal at the award show, Wuthering Waves could take it. Okay, but Horse Girls. Hello, Parko. Welcome on in. I haven't touched it since July. Rip. I should have went back to sleep. Uma will win simply because it broke containment. Even my mum heard of it. I mean, there you go then. Uma Musume are hyping up actual horse racing in my country. That is very funny. The amount of Destiny players saying the mobile game being made by not Bungie is way better Destiny game than Destiny 2 at the moment. I think that's saying something. Well, there you go. But then, you know, does that make it better than Uma Musume? I don't know about that. Best debut indie game. All right, this is a tricky one. This is actually a really tricky one. Blueprints. This game is amazing. This game is actually incredible. This game has a big flaw. I don't want to, like, spoil it if anyone hasn't played it and is planning to. But this game is really cool. Like, the puzzles this game has, like the meta progression, the intrigue, the way you have to, like, use lateral thinking to really solve a lot of the issues is really cool. This does have a repetition issue because it's sort of roguelike. And sometimes it's kind of down to RNG, whether or not you get to progress or not, which can kind of suck. But this game is amazing. I haven't played Despelote, so I don't really have an opinion. Dispatch is also incredible, right? Dispatch is actually amazing. Let me see if I can fix it. It's actually starting to bother me that that little bit at the bottom is showing off there. No, I can't fix it right now. I can't fix it right now. Ah! We lost it. There we go, we're back. We fixed it. Alright. Dispatch is amazing. I really like Dispatch. The voice acting was really good. The issue is, it's not... It's like... Dispatch is like 25% game. There's not much game in Dispatch. Now, the game that's there is fun. But there's not a lot of it. So, I don't think we can give it to Dispatch either way. For me, it's Expedition, right? But it almost feels unfair, because Expedition, like, blows everything else out of the water, right? So then we have Best Independent Game. Absalom, Ball X Pit, Blueprints, Hades, Hollow... This is so stacked. Every single game in here is amazing. But we know what's going. Tomato, you think E33 is an indie game when it's being funded by government? So, generally, independent means not published. That's all it means. So unless we're changing the definition of what being independent means, by definition, it is still an indie game. Does it feel weird that it's here when it doesn't feel like an indie game? When it's very out of place? Yes, it does feel very strange. Is it still the best game in this section? Yes. So it wins. That's just how it goes, right? It's actually rigged against them. It's because Hades, Silksong, and Expedition 33. Yeah, so many good games. So many. Alright, so this is best community support. So this gets weird. Because, like, logically, the answer is Fortnite. Like, it just is. It is just Fortnite. But I don't like Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite. But it does, objectively, have the best community support. It just does. Now, if we talk about the rest of these games, Baldur's Gate 3, this game has had patch after patch after patch. They put in a load of new, like, class choices and stuff. So there's loads of customization put into the game. Loads of really cool stuff. Fantastic. It's just, they haven't done as much as Fortnite, at the end of the day. Final Fantasy XIV has a new expansion. That expansion has not done very well compared to the last 2 or 3 expansions they've had. Realistically, there is large gaps between new content coming out. I don't think we can give it to Final Fantasy XIV, despite how much I like this game. Helldivers had its ups and downs. It keeps having, like, it buffs stuff, it nerfs stuff, people aren't happy most of the time. For me, it's probably not Helldivers 2. And then there's No Man's Sky, which again, like, has done some cool stuff, but realistically, again, being objective, if I'm being biased, Baldur's Gate wins. Which game do I actually think has the best community support? It's Fortnite. I don't want it to. I don't like Fortnite, but I think it has got the best community support. No Man's Sky has the best glow up of any game. I mean, you're not wrong. Best ongoing game. Now, I think there is an argument for Marvel Rivals here. Like, obviously Fortnite is huge, and, like, bringing in all the money has tons of players. But an actual, like, best game, I actually think it's Rivals. I think we give that to Rivals. Alright, games for impact. This is one of the weird categories where it's like, you don't really, unless you've played each and every game on here, you don't know what the thing it's done is to be, like, thought-provoking with pro-social meaning, right? So I'm just going to skip this one for now. Innovation and accessibility. This is a very similar issue where, again, if you've not played them and you don't know what they've done, yeah, you need to, like, click a separate link to learn about the different games. So we're going to skip that one. Best performance. This is a really tricky one. This is genuinely a really tricky one. So, Ben Starr is amazing. Charlie Cox is amazing. Erika Ishii, I've heard is really good. Jennifer English is amazing. Konatsu Kato in Silent Hill, again, amazing. Troy Baker is just, I mean, everyone knows Troy Baker, right? Troy Baker's great in everything he does. Like, he's actually great in everything he does. For me, it has to be one of the Cleric Obscure. Expedition 33 has to win this, because this game is 99% about these actors being amazing. Now, out of these characters, the character I like the most is Charlie Cox's Gustav, right? This character was my favorite. In terms of emotional range and, like, who had the actual best performance, I think it has to be Jennifer English. I think Mael is the character with the most depth, the most range, has the most, probably the most lines in the entire game. Genuinely incredible. So for me, it's Mael. It's Jennifer English. Like, actually incredible actress. And obviously she was Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate. I played Lost Records, never finished the second half. I will vote for Higurashi Crazy Girl. Somehow Renoir's voice actor isn't here. Yes. I mean, Renoir was also so good. So ridiculously good in there. Cox said he did all his lines, etc. in, like, one day. I don't think he put it into... The thing is, even with that being the case, he still did really well. Like, still did really well. Right, audio design. So audio design is specific. Let's read what they put up here. Recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. So this doesn't mean the best soundtrack, right? This is like sound effects sound how you think they should. This is like, do you hear something and it's coming from the left and you look to the left and you can hear it? Do you get immersed because of the ambience, right? It's that sort of thing. And because of that, I don't think Expedition 33 wins it. I think this has the best soundtrack. It has the best songs. Do I think it has the best audio design? The only issue is, I haven't played any of these other games, so I don't know where they stand. So I am going to give it to Expedition 33, but if I'd played one of these, I would probably be voting for one of those instead. Best score of music? Easy. We don't even have to look at the rest of these guys. It's Expedition 33. It's Expedition 33. Yote is really good for this. Again, I haven't played it, so I can't give it that, right? Best art direction. I'm sorry, guys. Expedition 33 has the best art direction. The game is gorgeous. The game is actually amazing. The way everything is designed is so intentional. It's got this, like, very specific aesthetic that just looks absolutely incredible. This, in my opinion, blows every other game here out of the water. Best narrative. So we've got Silent Hill, Kingdom Come, Yote. I'm sorry, narrative. It has to be Expedition 33. It just does. It has the best story, the best narrative, the best lore. It is. Best game direction. Sorry, guys. It's Expedition 33. It just has the best direction. A game of the year for me it's easy. It's Expedition 33. It just is. Like, we can go back and have a look again, but like, I think all of these games are really cool. The only, I don't know, I would probably have all of these games up for Game of the Year. I think this is actually a really, really tough year. But in my opinion, this is a 10 out of 10 game, and everything else here is a 9 out of 10 at best. Like, this game is like actually one of the best games I've ever played. I mean, DK is really good, Silk Song as well. Again, every game here is amazing. Like, I have no doubt Death Stranding 2 is amazing. Hades 2 is amazing. I have no doubt Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is amazing. All of these games are great. But Expedition 33 clears them. It is a literal different level. If you were having a tier list, you would have like triple S tier is like Expedition 33. Then like double S tier, you're going to have like Silk Song, probably just Silk Song, if I'm being honest. And then like S tier, you then have all the rest of them. Like it's just on a different level. Like, in my opinion, Expedition 33 is the by far best game released this year. Like, it's not even close. It's so good. Just admit you made the game. I will never stop glazing this game. It was genuinely one of my favorite games of all time. Donkey Kong is good at personally. I don't think it's Game of the Year. Yeah, I think it deserves the nomination, for sure. But again, any other year, like, take Expedition 33 out, right? Just remove it from the lineup. Probably Silk Song just wins it. But this is still such a stacked year. Like, any other year, any of these games could win Game of the Year. I don't know if every clear obscure storytelling is just SSSSS here. So for me, Expedition 33 has amazing art, amazing soundtrack, amazing characters, amazing writing, amazing narrative, and amazing gameplay. Like, for me, it kind of ticks all the boxes. The only time I ever felt Expedition 33 was a bit lacking is when you get to the final act and then you can, like, do all the world exploration, all the side content, because there's just a ton of side content and not a lot of it feels very impactful. But other than that, I think it's fantastic. And with that, we've come to the end, which means we're going to actually play some Rush Duels. We're going to play some Duel Links. So we're going to jump in, and we're going to play our silly Floodgate Warrior deck, and we're going to see how we do. We're probably going to have a few games of warm-up. That's just how this always goes, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. Vladimir from Brazil. Let's see what he's got. Okay, we've got Luke. Brother versus sister. Luke's skill is always a little bit awkward for me, though, because, you know, you don't want to play into the skill. If he's playing the skill, that lets him get the, like, drag aces to his hand. Or the, Christ was good. Fusion. What do you add? You had Fusion, the Dragon, and the new Dragon. I forget what he's called. Right now, I'm slowly waiting for Prime 4. So I have had a couple of issues with Prime. The first being that it seems very open world, which feels very weird for a Prime game. Because Prime typically is like... It's like confined areas, and it's a lot of like... It's a Metroidvania, right? The name Metroidvania comes from Metroid. But because of that, it's usually lots of conjoined areas that are like connected in specific ways. But that doesn't work if you're properly open world and you have like large distances to travel. That's not super helpful to me. Alright, I think we have to just do this. Which is not great, but it is what it is. I don't really want to end with 2 of those in hand. I could have just kept both in hand, but then if he doesn't make a play, then it puts me in a really weird spot. I'm waiting for the new Zelda. Do we even have a new Zelda announced yet? I'm trying to think. I don't think we've had a new Zelda announced yet. Right, Dragius is fine. He could use the skill to boost its attack up, but like... I think we still just like, play it safe for now. I always thought Metroid was supposed to be kind of claustrophobic, but I've only played Dread. Yeah, basically all of them are quite claustrophobic. But that's the appeal of the game, right? Which is why I'm like, it feels a bit weird. Meanwhile, the internet won't shut up about the NPC. I think the NPC, again, is in a... Why did we activate that afterwards? Okay, I mean, this is fine. If he uses the skill to boost the attack, yeah, he's going to use the skill to boost the attack. This is going to be kind of annoying, but it is what it is. It doesn't have 3 dragons in grave, right? Yeah, okay. So we're taking a lot of damage here, which is obviously not great. But, I mean, there was nothing else we could have done. The only other thing we possibly could have done is activate the Shady and flip that down. But then we wouldn't have had the Yami Luna, who we kind of want. Activating the skill doesn't do anything for us here. Alright, we'll go Cirque. We'll send this. So we want to go summon, tribute, that, which means I can't use that. Alright, now we get to see if he has delay. There's no delay. That's pretty good. We're just going to have to high roll and just hope. Right, we'll go Miracle. I mean, we're just doing this, right? Okay. Right, so we can't tribute. That's pretty much the only saving grace we have right now. Let's hope. Let's hope. I hear you trying to stack out. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously we were planning to do, like, some other bits and bobs, but since we are just kind of waiting for new product at this point, we were like, we're going to play this. This is the only new deck we haven't got yet. And also, since it's looking less and less likely like the new stuff is going to come out within a reasonable time towards the end of the month, we do still want to, like, cog at some point, right? So we're going to play this for now. And then we can also just make a video about this, right? I think he's just realized he can't tribute summon. Floodgates! Well. Let's hit it with the nice. Just goes to show, Floodgate really good. Alright, fingers crossed, we can win the next one as well. See, this is also why we don't like to COG super early, because finding games would be a nightmare if we were in COG right now. I am almost positive that COG is not as active as this is right now. Ooh, this is a rough matchup for us. I mean, Yami is, like, okay still, but, like, if we don't OTK, we're going to be in a rough spot. Okay. So he gets to choose one of those. Sends Fusion to the graveyard. Draws one card. Activates another one. So he can send Actor or Painter. Sends the Actor. Sets another back row. Okay. There's no point in using the skill right now. We'll start out with Circulation. Send that. Draw 3. Ooh, we have some interesting stuff here, don't we? I guess we just send Burst. We'll drop Pot of Greed. So now we have this. I'm like, would have been really nice to send that to the graveyard, but, you know, we didn't have the power of hindsight then. Right, we'll summon. Okay, so we know that he has, like, a Shady or something. It doesn't really matter what we take, does it? What I would like to do is just get rid of this, because I want to use this effect, but I can't. Which is very annoying, but it is what it is. So now we'll go Avian. Activate Tactics. I have no idea which one to hit, so we're going to hit this one. Pop that back on top. So he has another trap card. Okay, got the second Shady out of him. That's really good for us. So now the question is, do we bother clearing that? I don't think it's going to be worth it. I think we probably just do this. And then we just pass. Because, like, we could get in for 500 damage. It's like, whoa, whoop-de-doo. Amazing. Okay. I mean, that's fine, because we don't have any of our guys face up right now, so you can't, like, OTK us. You can still pop one of our guys, which is, like, annoying, but we should live. Adds the fusion. That at the very least means he's not going to be getting the draw 2 this turn. Hello, Dr. Alex. Welcome, welcome. Activate Starry Start, put a card back. Bring that back and then get fusion back as well. Ooh, how deep are we going here? Are we going to go Ashura Star into full Matarian Ashura Star into Ashura Star again? Oh, we have the animation stutter. We should probably turn that off again. Okay, so there goes the layer. Activates Arc Actor again. And send the Actor to the bin if you want, which we do. Magic Juggler. Oh, that's actually really annoying. Oh no. Oh, this is fine then. Is this it? You're just going to hit me for 28? Why did you add fusion to hand? Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is what we were expecting. Okay, leading actor. Are we just going to make a second Ashura Star? Ah, if his hand... If his hand is actually... Okay, I think we're going to be fine here then. Okay, so now you'll go into Formatarian, but now you have to fuse using your hand. So you have to summon, fuse. Okay, here it comes. That is so annoying. This is exact lethal. This is exact lethal, bro. I mean, there was nothing we could have done. Like, physically, the only other thing we could have done is attack over his monster. So that we didn't have a choice. He just sacked us. But, wait, what? Why didn't you use... Oh, because you didn't have another card. He didn't have a card to use. Sure, we'll just activate this now. That way I won't, like, draw it in a really annoying time. Because we do get the extra draw anyway. Alright. We go... Seianin. Activate Seianin. Grab back Yami Ruler. We summon Avion. Tribute 2 to summon. Activate the effect. How many do we have in graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Gain the attack. Activate Straight Pierce. I think we can't set that. We just have to kind of hope. Okay, we clear the board, but again, if he just gets out an Ashura Star, we are just kind of screwed. We haven't seen him play any back row hate. He's playing the actors. What are they called? These things. He's playing the arc actors, which means he probably doesn't have room for back row hate. So his probable back row hate is just going to be the Ashura Stars. So I think we're okay. One, two, three, pass. There is no reason to add it back right now. I mean, we just summoned this, right? Yeah. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure we just win. But we wanted to make sure we didn't, like, throw, right? Okay. Okay, we good. We good. We good. We just go battle. So, right, my thought process was I could still just summon out the Yami Luna. Because, like, what is the worst case scenario, right? He could activate a Shady, which he could, but then I could just flip up again. So, like, that's not even the end of the world. I threaten lethal either way. Like, what is the worst case scenario? Like, Compulse doesn't matter. Shady doesn't really matter. It's like, I think I was in an okay position to just summon out the Yami Luna and then set the trap hole and then just go to combat. Alright, what is this going to be? That is certainly a hand. Well, I mean, we need some normals, so... Christ. Well. That is giga yikes. Gets heroes. Those two don't fuse. Please don't hit the trap card. Oh, I needed that to empty my hand, bro. Well, now I need... I just need to draw the two normals. It needs to be two normals. So I think we activate the skill just to get the spell card out. Because if I draw Straight Pierce, that's going to absolutely ruin me here. But again, if we don't draw two normals, we're just dead anyway. Even if we draw two normals, it might be too late. I mean, there's still a chance. There's no... I mean, having you doesn't get me anything, so there's no point in holding on to you. I can't activate this, so it's entirely on Horn Knives. Okay, Horn Knives is cooking. I think we have to use Circulation as well. The chances that we whiff another normal should be so low. But like right now, we need a trap card because we're so low on life. Okay, we got a trap card. So that's everything we need. We no longer need you. We're going to summon all 3 of that. So we'll set. Summon this. Do you want to one face up monster on your field? Okay, so that's fine. So we can activate this now. We can special summon this. Activate the effect. So I could summon this in defense. Activate its effect. Change it back to attack. Boost this guy's attack. Set. Is there anything in Graveyard even worth using that with? I suppose there is. We'll go Tactics and pop that either way. I should have done that earlier, really, but I forgot we had it. Probably just going to put Seon in on top. Now, we don't have enough to use this anyway. If only we had enough. It is Wind Warriors specifically, right? 5 Wind Warriors, yeah. So if we had 5 Wind Warriors, we could have just won there. Unfortunately, we only have 3. I mean, this deck feels pretty good so far. Let's see if it can keep going. Right, he's pogging. Can he defeat the might of Yami Ruler? Avian? That's fine. You can have your Avian. Burst Inatrix. I think we just Dark Hole Burst Inatrix. Damn it! He had double burst. If he had double Avian, double burst, it didn't matter. But, like, there was no other way to play around this. I don't think. Because it literally came down to just guess if he's got double Avian or double burst Inatrix. Right? If he has Miracle Fusion, we might be dead. If he doesn't have Miracle, we should be okay here. What it comes down to is we now need to draw a Yami Ruler. You should have popped Avian. Well, with the power of hindsight. But again, we don't know. He might just have another Avian in hand. Alright, Burst Wingman. He's going to pop straight Pierce. So we went first, so we can only add straight Pierce one more time. We know what the top card of our deck is as well. Okay. Boost that up, pop the back row. The main issue we're going to have is, if I can just get another 2 Wind Warriors into the graveyard, I'm fine. But it's basically saying I need to draw a Tribute Monster. But if I draw a Tribute Monster, it doesn't really matter anyway. So I think we just don't activate the skill. Okay, we don't have a hero, so that's fine. That hasn't changed any of that. So here we just go Miracle Fusion and win. We smash. We smash. Oh, okay, so far so good. Especially considering that was a really bad brick game. That went very well. Very, very well. Well, there's gold 4. I mean, we'll take that. We'll take that. Tomato, there has only been one Rush product without the Fusion spell card this year. Can you name it off your head? Was it the Maximum Tiger one? Without going and look at them, like I won't know unless you tell me which one it was. No. Does that actually have fusion in it? That's wild. What else was in that box even? It was the... Was there a fusion monster in that box? Was there like the Thunder fusion stuff in there? Udius Velgia. Okay. Okay. We're going first. Are we going to actually have a Yami play turn 1? That's almost the Yami play turn 1. I think we have to go for it. I mean, it didn't work out, but this is our reality now, which is not ideal. Star Trilio. Activate Trilio. 3 hits. That's pretty yikes for us. Back row. I think we just let that go. I think we let that go as well. If you're going to beat over us, you're going to beat over us. It's not even that much damage. Okay, that's fine. I think I'd rather have the trap hole for a future turn. We're not taking a ton of damage here, so this is actually pretty good. We just need to make sure that we find 2 normal summons. It didn't have fusions because... Right. Oh. Are we doing that? I don't want to, like, mess it up. But at the same time, I don't want to just sit on circulation. I think we are just going to stick with this. Alright, we'll go Burst Dinatrix. We'll go Avion. We'll go Tic Tacs. We'll hit that. Not going to bother using that. Tribute 2 to summon. Activate the effect. Special summon. Activate Devotee. Go to battle. It's only the turn you summon it. Leaving that alive doesn't actually accomplish anything though, so I think we might as well just leave the Leica. Now the issue is, he can absolutely just rinse us if he finds an Oblivion and Secret Order, right? Or just Oblivion on its own plays through everything we've got here. He can't summon ship, he is done for. Okay, he didn't discard Oblivion. That is like the best thing we've got going for us right now. I think we just let this go, because like, none of this matters. Until he... Straight to battle? We're just kamikazing. Okay. If all he needed to do was find an Oblivion and we were cooked, but he didn't, so we're fine. You're going to play this in Dynasty later? What time does Dynasty start? That is the first question, because depending on when it starts, I might be able to play, I might not. If it's like a 7 p.m.er, I can definitely play. 4 p.m. GMT is what this says. Oh wait, that's Duel Links Dynasty. I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh, Rush Singular Limb. There we go. 7 p.m. Yeah, I should be able to play this. In which case, I might try this deck out. It was Blazing Chemicalization, the Pyro box, even though it has Burst Wingman and Cyber Rush. That's weird. Today's Dynasty? Yeah, I'll go ahead and chuck it in the chat. There you go. I guess I'll throw it up on screen as well, because why not? Ha! So today we have Rush Duel Dynasty number 28. Starts 7 PM GMT, which is obviously my time. One deck, no side, best of 3. It's the same, you know the rules. You know the rules, and so do I. Let's see who's signed up already. We got Zorak, obviously the host. We have Nova King, we have Rick, we have Cosmo, Horperero, Manicus, Ranger Huki, Hit, Soliman, and Mateja. Mateja? Them. Did we save that replay? We didn't. Okay, we'll save that now. We haven't actually played against meta yet. Like, we haven't played against a Wind Warrior, Music Princess. We haven't played against a joint deck. We haven't even played against Seven's Road. I have a feeling this isn't going to load in, based on how long it's taking. Chat, what deck do I play? What deck should we make human play? Because you want to play something that's at least, like, relatively competitive. It's like, when I played in Galaxy Rush, I played Psychics. Because the logic is, the Psychic deck, if you get lucky enough, can just win. Right? You can just win games. The problem was, I went against Parker round 1, who floodgated me every single turn except for one turn. So I couldn't tribute summon. And the deck kind of works by tribute summoning, so I didn't even get to try and play, unfortunately. Well, we found a spellcaster player. The problem is, this hand is not really ideal. So I think we just have to do this. Royal Rebels is a good one. Because Royal Rebels is a deck that can win, can do really well, but is, like, barely viable, right? Magical Stream, please do not snipe. Yes. Right, don't have another one. Excellent. After Excel Road. Okay. Add the fusion. Add the Seven's Red Witch. What are we sending? We are going to send that. Oh, that's nasty. Although, that doesn't really accomplish a ton here. Like, you've drawn a ton of cards, but, like, this is still kind of fine. Oh, don't draw into the second magical stream. I mean, he's got so many cards in his hand, he probably would have been able to keep extending anyway, but it's still annoying, because hitting this with the trap hole is always such good value. I like my Royal Rebel list, lots of back row removal, good burn, and mostly consistent. And that's what you really want, isn't it? Okay, how much damage are we taking here? If we go best case scenario, we're taking like nearly 4,000 damage. And he also, I mean, to be fair, it would have been very lucky for us to not have the 500 either flipped or pierced over, so can't be too mad about that. Well, we're basically now starting the duel on 1,400 life points, which is not ideal. I mean, sure, we're going to need something, so... Christ. Alright, well, we're going to Cirque. I think we have to Cirque again. I don't even know what we do with this. I kind of just need all of these cards. I don't think it's worth it to use Tactics when he's got 3 back row. So I'm going to get rid of that. Maybe it's greedy to hold on to the Shady, because there might not even be another turn. We finally found a delayer, but we don't have any of the others. Realistically, Sayanin's effect isn't going to be relevant. We can use that to go into that. The rest of this is just going to be tribute fodder. One, two, three. Can only get one more engrave. Oh, no, we can get two more engrave. But then we won't have... We'd have to rely on the mill. Okay, we'll send this. No, we should have used that, actually. That would have been a lot better. Alright, we'll go Horn Knives now. Because, I mean... Okay, that didn't work out how we needed it to. The issue is he's still got trap cards he can use, so I think we're boned regardless. I guess we'll try for this. Watch him trap hole. That would be the funniest thing he could do. So he's got what, riding? I assume he's got riding. You guys didn't get your desired box yet? Was not expecting to get B-Troopers last night? I would... it's annoying because like I would like to play... Yeah, there we go. I would like to play B-Troopers myself. I mean, I think we're just dead, right? Like, no matter what we do, I think we just lose. He has another trap, so now he has the riding. I mean, yeah, we can just get out of here. Bro is taking 20 years to do like the most brain-dead monkey flip play of all time. I mean, that basically came down to we never stood a chance. We just never stood a chance. We basically started the duel on next to no life points. We didn't open any of the good trap cards. He opened the legend. Like, there was nothing we could do. Fingers crossed we don't get a horrid game like that again. I don't scoop if I've got Chronicle cards in the deck because you still don't get them on surrenders. Yeah, but I would... You got to remember, the stream's going to be ending in like 5 minutes. Like, why would I give a shit about getting Chronicle upgrades? I just want to get the games gone. I mean, this would be a really good going first hand if we drew another normal summon, but alas, we are not going first. No extra deck with an archive skill. What is this? What decks don't play an extra deck, but are archive skills? Because the obvious archive skills... It could be elemental double circulation. No, even that's not an archive skill. I didn't say you should, I just don't. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, but what would you play Legend Draw with? Like, Turbo Ancient Gear Golem? Ah, Santa Mill. Oh, wait, what? Right, we'll drop this, reveal this. Those aren't bad draws. 1, 2... I mean, depending on what that gets. Let's do this. If this hits a monster, I could theoretically do like a really good play, but it's going to kind of depend. Okay, we'll go with this. No delay. We will activate the effect. I'm going to grab this back. We'll go for you. Activate your effect. Ah, we wanted to high roll. We did not. But either way, it means we have a Yami Ruler for next turn, which is still fine. Theoretically, I would rather do this. Well, let's see if he has widespread or slime or negate attack. It looks like no. Ah, I used an effect, so I can't attack. I forgot about that. That is a good thing to remember. Now that we've done that once, we will now remember. Life point gain. Okay. If this guy actually has a really awesome comeback, I wouldn't even be mad. I would not even be mad. What is this deck, though? Okay, you can attack over this Cyanin. He's gold 1, so it's probably just stuff. But, like, even, like, stuff, you would expect there to be more than this. We'll go ahead and do this now, why not? We don't have Burst Tricks. So we'll go Horn Knives. There is a delay. Boo. Right, we'll go Blazing Conqueror. Goes to the riding here. Interesting. I mean, I suppose this is lethal, so can't fault it. Oh, another delay. Okay, shady. I mean, we still just have lethal, but this is fine. Boop. I love how he was trying. Like, what? I'm very confused as to what this deck was. Obviously, that's not replay worthy, but I want to check out his deck. I want to check out his deck quick. I want to see what on earth man was playing. I mean, this is certainly stuff. This is certainly stuff. This is definitely stuff. Alright, but with that, that is going to bring us to the end of the stream. We will be back again maybe on Thursday. If we find out we're getting a product release on Friday, I might skip the Thursday stream and try and do a weird stream Thursday or Friday or Saturday. The reason being, I'm actually out of town on Friday, like Friday midday till like Saturday evening. I'm going to be out of town. So if I can squeeze a weird stream in there, if we do have like a random box drop, then I will. If not, we'll just be doing the regular stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!